Hey guys, welcome to the free WordPress designing masterclass for 2024. In this tutorial, I'll show you how to create and design a professional and amazing looking website using WordPress and only free resources. You don't need any coding or design skills. To create this website, we'll be using all free resources, a free theme, the best and free page builder called Elementor, and few more awesome free plugins. By watching this video, you can create your own website. Also, you can start your own web design agency. Yes, even from tomorrow, you can start your own agency if you want. Trust me, this stuff is so easy. Now, my main goal in this video is to show you guys how a professional web designer and developer creates a website, what resources they use, the way they think, everything. So after watching this tutorial, you can not only create this website but any kind of professional websites for yourself or for your clients. That can be restaurant website, business website, agency website, you can name it. Working within Elementor is fun. You can create anything just by drag and drop. I'll show you how to play with global colors so you can change any color with your brand color. How to play with your text and typography like a professional. How to copy or duplicate any content to work more efficiently. I'll even provide you with all the necessary images and templates so you can follow along with the video step by step. Most interestingly, we will learn how to make any website 100% responsive for mobile and tablet devices. So there wouldn't be any technical boundary. Let's have a quick sneak peek at what we'll create in this video step by step. We will learn how to create a logo by using a free online tool, how to make this awesome homepage with modern and trendy design. I'll show you everything from scratch. Unlike other YouTube tutorials, I won't be using any ready template kit. I'll show you how to create an amazing about page like this. How to create these professional services pages. We will create a portfolio page and single portfolio pages where you can display all the case studies. Then how to create a fully functional contact form inside of your contact page. Also, you can embed Google Maps within the page. Finally, I'll show you how to write perfect blog posts with categories, featured images, and blog details within Elementor. People can also comment on your blog post. Can you believe we will be doing all this just by using a free page builder? This tutorial is for complete beginners, and by using Elementor Page Builder, we will create everything just by drag and drop. Now let me introduce you to myself first. My name is Taimur Nishad. I'm a professional web developer. Even in the past, I have completed so many freelance WordPress projects for my clients. So basically, you're learning all the best methods and techniques from a real professional web developer. I'm really excited, and if you're excited like me, please give this video a big thumbs up. This is the only thing I want from you. Other than that, this video is completely free for you. Just have a look if you like this video, then from YouTube's left bar, you can go to liked videos and find this video easily later. Alright, we will be creating our beautiful website in easy 4 steps. First, I'll show you how to get your own domain name and web hosting. I will also provide you a 78% discount link. Then how to install WordPress. Then how to install a free theme and a free page builder. Finally, we'll start creating our amazing website step by step. Also, I'll be adding a timestamp in the description so you can always jump into the necessary part you need. Let's now start with the step number 1, which is to get your domain name and web hosting. So first of all, what is a domain name? Domain name is basically your website address, like Facebook has facebook.com, Amazon has amazon.com, we have jimfahaddigital.com. Similarly, for your website, you need an address that will be your website name.com. And what is web hosting? Web hosting is the storage space for your website. All the images, text you will have in your website, all will be stored on your own web hosting. As you are owning your own web hosting, so there wouldn't be any limitation. You can run ads, you can upload text or images, you can upload any themes or plugins you want. You are in charge of your own website. Now, how to get your own web hosting with a free domain name. So first, just click on the very first link in the description below this video, or you can just go to jimfahaddigital.com/best host. And this will take you to a special discount Hostinger page. So why Hostinger? In my opinion, Hostinger is the most affordable and also the fastest web hosting provider available. Just have a look into their Trustpilot reviews. People are super happy with their hosting speed, affordable pricing, and customer support. Now from here, you can change your language. If you speak Spanish, Portuguese, or Hindi, you can select any language from here. One thing I also want to say is that this page changes quite often. In fact, they probably change it once a month. So if the banner or interface looks different, don't worry, don't panic, this happens quite often. It's the same website. Let's scroll down a bit. You'll find all different plans. By the way, here we can see 3 plans, but sometime you may see 4 plans here. But just don't panic, because you can create your website with any of these plans. But as you are starting out, I recommend taking this premium or business plan. With both of these plans, you can create up to 100 websites. For example, today you're creating a portfolio website, tomorrow you want to create a business website, and next week you want to create an e-commerce website, so you don't need to purchase hosting each time. So here, with this premium plan, you'll get 100 GB of SSD storage. With the business plan, you get 200 GB of NVMe storage, and with any of these plans, you'll get all the features like unlimited free SSL, so all of your website would be encrypted and super secure. Unlimited bandwidth, so there wouldn't be any limit how many website visitors you will have. Free email, you can create hundreds of professional email addresses like info@yourwebsite.com or admin@yourwebsite.com, like this. Then free domain. Yes, like I said, you'll get a domain name for free. You'll also get tons of WordPress features like free one-click WordPress installation, free website migration, so if you want to move your existing website from another hosting provider to Hostinger, they will transfer it on behalf of you. How cool is that? Now let's talk about the security. Personally, I'm very serious about website security, and Hostinger just nailed it with all of these features like Cloudflare protected name servers, malware scanners, and all of these. I've had very bad experiences with other web hosting providers. We have got so many malware attacks, and we had to pay the hosting providers additionally to use their other security tools. But here in the Hostinger, you're getting all of these security tools for free. Now let's select a plan. Like I said, you can take any of this plan based on your needs. For now, I'm taking the premium plan. You can upgrade it later anytime, so click on Add to Cart. Alright, right here, you're going to see different options. Now this is referring how long do you want to host with Hostinger. So we have 1 month, 12 months, 14 months, and then we also have 48 months. First of all, I don't recommend going with the 1 month because it's almost $12 a month, which is super expensive and we don't want that. My recommendation would be go with 48 months. So for the 4 years, you just need to pay $2.99 per month. That will save you $432. And then after those 4 years, you start to pay $7.99 per month, which is still super affordable for a web hosting plan that can hold up to 100 websites. But if you just want to start with 2 years or 1 year, you can click over here. And then in your first year, you just have to pay $3.19 per month, and you're still going to create up to 100 websites. And after that, first year you start to pay $9.99 per month. So the longer the first period, the more discount you will get when you renew your plan. So if you have the budget and you want to get the most discount possible, you can go for the 48 months. And after those 48 months, you start pay around $7.99 per month instead of $9.99 per month. But wait, there is more. If you scroll down here you'll see have a coupon code, and if you fill with my special coupon code JFD10 and then click on the apply, you'll now get a total of 76% discount. Can you believe we are getting a super fast web hosting with the free domain name for the full year only for $34? What an amazing deal, right? So I scroll up again. Here you see pricing is only $2.87 a month for the first 12 months, $2.78 a month per the first 24 months, and $2.69 a month for first 48 months. Now let's scroll down. Put your email here. Make sure you use your best email address because they will create hosting account with this email address. And then let's put a very strong password here. Now you see you can pay with your credit card, PayPal or Google Play, or you can even pay using your cryptocurrency. Also, you may see more different local payment options based on your country. So let's just skip this part and scroll down here. And in here, I'm just putting my card informations. Then let's just click on Submit Secure Payment. So from here, you can skip this part. From here, make sure you select WordPress from here. Now, let's click on the Select WordPress button. So here it says create login details for WordPress account. So in order to create an WordPress account, we need to put our email address and password. So my email address is already here, so I'm using this one. And let's put a strong password. I pasted my password, then let's click on the next. And now it says, what will your website look like? So right now we don't want any theme, so we'll just click on the skip. Here it says, do you want pre-selected plugins for your website? No, I don't want it. So let's click on here. No, I want to select plugins manually, and let's then click on the next. Also, we can just skip this. So in here, it's asking what's your website name. So basically it's referring to choose your domain name. So let's select a name for our site. Let's type JFD Toots. Once I typed in, you can see on the bottom, it's suggesting the domain with the extension like jfdtoots.in, jfdtoots.me, and jfdtoots.com and more. From here, you can choose any extension you like, but I recommend you to choose the .com because it sounds more professional and legit. So I'm gonna choose the .com and I'm just gonna click next. Here it says where is your target audience. You can just keep this default, which in my case they have selected a data center in the United States, the closest one they have to my country, but in your case it can be a different one. So you can just keep it default or change it from here, or you can just change it later on. So I'm just keeping it as it is and I'm just clicking on the next button. Now it's installing WordPress. We are almost there. Let's just wait a bit. And right now, we're at the control panel of the Hostinger. And from here, if we go into the Home tab, you'll see in the account actions, it's saying we have sent a verification email to your Gmail account. So let's check our email. You'll find an email address in your inbox that's called verify your email address. Now from here, we'll just simply click on this verify email. Now it will take you back to the Hostinger cPanel with the email address confirmed. Now from here, I want to get my WordPress. So from the premium web hosting here on this manage button, I'm just gonna click this. Now it will take us to the Hostinger dashboard. Now from here, it says WordPress overview. Let's click that. And then under here, it says admin panel. Let's just click on here. And it will directly take us to the WordPress dashboard. So finally, we are at our WordPress admin panel or WordPress dashboard. From here, I'll make you familiar with all these options like post, media, pages, comments, appearance, plugins, and all of these. These are actually very self-explanatory, but I'll just make you more familiar with this. But before doing anything, let's clean up our dashboard. Because personally, I like to work on a clean environment rather than a messy environment. So let's start from here. Let's close this welcome pop-up by clicking dismiss button. And now from here, you can just close these drop downs like this. And if you want, you can open the screens options. And from here, you can uncheck all of these and everything will be gone. Now it's looking more cleaner and fresh. But I want to clean up more. Like here in the plugins, if you click the plugins, you can see we have some plugin installed. This plugin actually came by default after installing the WordPress. Now if you are wondering what is plugin, plugin is basically extra tool or extra add-on which extends the functionality of your website. So of course we're gonna use the plugins, but we're not gonna use these specific ones. So what we can do is click here to select all the plugins and go to bulk action from here and select the deactive, then click on apply button. Now all the plugins are deactivated. Now select all the plugins again, go to bulk action, this time select the delete. Now click on apply. It's asking you that are you sure? Of course we are sure, so let's just click on the OK. Now all the unnecessary plugins have been deleted. Great! And now the next thing I'm gonna show you is how to change your password and other basic user information. So you can hover on the user from here, and from here you can click on the profile. And it will take you to this page. From here under the profile we have admin color scheme. So you can choose light, modern or blue to change whole dashboard color. But actually this doesn't matter that much because only you can see this color. So I'm just gonna keep it default, and if you scroll down you have a language option here. From here you can choose any language. You can choose your native language or English language. So right now I'm keeping it site default. And if you scroll down here, you will see you can put your first name and last name. So I'm gonna put my name Taimur Nishat, first name and the last name. And from here the nickname, I'm just gonna put Taimur Nishat. And here in the display name, this one is actually an important one. So if you click this, you'll see a couple variation from here. I recommend you to choose the best one from here. So let's select this one. I'll just show you a basic example. So this is the post and this is the name of the post author. In this case, this is Jim Fahad, and this is actually the display name he chose. In our case, we choose Taimur Nishat variation from here. Alright. So now if you scroll down, you'll find you can put your email address here, or you can change your site address. Right now I'm not messing with this. And then if you scroll down, actually you can change your profile picture for your WordPress dashboard here. If you want to change it, you can click on this button and you can easily change that. Now from here, under account management, you have password. If you click on set new password, WordPress will suggest a very strong password. But also you can put your own password. I just typed my password, and although it's saying medium, but it's okay as long as you can remember your password. So I'm just gonna keep it like this. Now under here it says update profile. Let's just click it to update all the changes we have made. Alright, so at this point I'm gonna make you familiar with two basic terms. One is the backend or the dashboard of our website, and another is front end of our website. In here, all the contents you see on the left and on the right side, all is part of our backend website. And if you want to see your front end website, you can hover on your site name and click on the visit site. So I'm opening on the new tab, and if you go here, this is the front end of your website, which the whole world can see this portion of your website. Right now this is looking like this, but of course we'll change the look and feel by using page builders. By the way, we can see a black bar on the top of our front-end website. Actually only we can see this, as we are logged in as an admin of this website, so anyone visits your site cannot see this black bar. So now I want to make you familiar with some simple settings, so let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Now under the settings, hover on the setting and click on the general. From here it says site title. You can change your site to like Jim Fahad Digital, and you can see here your site title is changed. Now in the tagline, you can actually put some meaningful stuff here like best website in California, like this. This can actually help you rank on the search engines. Now I'm not playing with these right now, so let's scroll down. You can change the administration email address from here, so I'm keeping like this. Now of course you can change the site settings. Now from here you can change the date format and time format. You can choose any settings or any format you like. Then let's save the changes. And now I'm gonna show you a setting. It's called permalinks. So from here, click on the permalinks, and this permalink thing is very important. So let's pay attention. Right now in the permalink structure, we can see it's selected as day and name. Sometimes it can be set to the month and name or any other option from here. But right now it's set to day and name. But I highly recommend you to set this to post name, which is this. I'll show you a simple demonstration which is difference between plain and post name permalinks. So in the plain permalinks, you get a link like your website.com/a bizarre number versus the post name permalink. Here you get your website.com/a page like this about page or a post name. So this one looks way better than this one, and it's human readable, and it also can help rank on the search engines as well. So we're just gonna click the post name and scroll down and hit the save changes. Alright, so the thing we were talking about was the backend and the frontend of our website. So as you know, this is the backend of our website and this is the frontend of our website. So right now this is like this, but we will create a custom design for our frontend website. So you can show any design to your visitors. So there is actually a couple of ways to change look and feel of your frontend website. I'd like to introduce a way, that is you can use plugin to change the look of your frontend website. So let's go to our dashboard, and on the left panel you can see appearance, and under appearance we have themes. So let's click on here, and you can see we have a list of couple themes here like 2024, 2021, 2023, like this. Right now the active one is the 2024, which we can see in our frontend website from here. And for example, if we click active on this one and now go to our frontend website and refresh, it will be the theme we have activated. So let's go back. Also from here or here you can add new themes. And from here you have thousands of themes you can install. So let's search a theme which is Hello Elementor, and you will get this theme. Let's click install. Now let's click on the active. So the Hello Elementor theme is activated right now. So let's go there and refresh. Now you can see the Hello Elementor theme is activated and showing on our frontend website. I know this still looks boring and empty, but trust me, we can turn this page to anything using page builders. And what do you think the best page builder for WordPress? Yes, you are right, the Elementor. So Elementor is basically a WordPress plugin. So we need to install the plugin and we need the free version of the Elementor. So what you can do is, you can go to jimfahaddigital.com, and also I'll put this page link in the description below. So from here under the links, you'll find a link says get Elementor free version. So if you click this, it will take you pro purchase page of the Elementor. Although we are not gonna use the pro version of the Elementor, but let me just give you a quick tour of price plan of the Elementor. So here we have different pricing options. You can purchase any of the pro plans and you will get many premium features like premium widgets, dynamic content, custom CSS, e-commerce features, and many more. Using the Elementor Pro, you can not only create your own website, but you can create websites for your clients of like e-commerce website, advanced blogging website very easily. So as I said earlier, we're gonna use the Elementor free version. So let's create a free account for Elementor. And now if you click on the Elementor logo, it will take you to the Elementor homepage, and from here you can click on the login button to create a free account of Elementor. So here you have a couple of sign-in options like Google sign-in, Facebook and Apple, or you can just sign in with your email. So from here you can create an account by clicking this, and in here you have a couple of options to create an account. You can continue with Google, Facebook or Apple, or you can use your own email address to create an account. As I already have an account created, so I'm not gonna recreate an account. So I'm just gonna sign in. So after creating the Elementor account, we'll go back to our WordPress dashboard. Now from here, click on the plugins, and from here, click on add new plugins. And from here, let's search Elementor, and you will see we have Elementor result here. From here, you can see this has 5 million plus active installations, which is huge. So from here, let's click install now. Now let's install some other plugins we need. So from here, I'm gonna search Elements Kit, and we're gonna install this one. Then after, we're gonna search Jeg Elementor and install this Jeg Elementor Kit. Then finally, we're gonna search Metform, and we're gonna install this one. This one's gonna help us to create a very nice contact form. So after we install every plugin, now we're gonna go back to install plugins. We can see we have all plugins here. Now let's select all the plugins and go to bulk action. Now select active and click on apply. Now it will make all the plugins activated. Now I'm really excited to show the power of Elementor, which is this particular plugin. So let's create our first page. So we'll go on the pages. From here you'll see 2 pages already here. This is coming by default from the WordPress, so we're gonna just delete it. From the bulk action, select the move to trash and click apply, and it will delete all the pages. You can close this and this to have a clear view. Now from here, click add new page, and it will take you to here. Here you have to add the title of your page, so I'll make it home, and now click on the publish and publish again. Now it says the home is live. So let's go back to our front-end website and refresh, but it's not showing the home page we have just created, right? The reason it's not showing here is WordPress shows default post on the front-end website by default, but we don't want that, right? We want our home page that we create on our front-end website. So to get that, let's go back to the dashboard, and under the settings, let's click on the reading. From here, under the reading settings, currently your homepage displays your latest posts, but instead let's select a static page, and from here, homepage, we'll select the home that we have just published. Now we will hit save changes. Now if we go back to the front-end website and refresh, you'll see the home we have just created is visible here. I know nothing crazy yet, but we will just create an amazing website here by using Elementor. So let's go back to the dashboard and let's click on the pages, and from here on the home page, let's click edit, and from here let's click on edit with Elementor. So you can close these pop-ups, and now finally we are at our Elementor page builder where the fun part begins. Here on the left side panel, you can see these options like heading, image, text editor, video, button, and more. These are called Elementor elements or Elementor widgets. These widgets are the building block of your web page. So from here, if you scroll down, you'll see a Pro drop down here, and under this, all the options like post, portfolio, menu, loop, carousel, all these are the premium widgets. So you can only use this if you have Pro Elementor version. So for this tutorial, we're only using the free ones, so let's just keep this closed and scroll down, and you can see we have other free ones also, like in the general we have image box, basic gallery, and many more. So let's come back here, and if you notice here, this right side, this is very identical to our front-end website here, right? So from here in this beautiful box, we'll create our masterpiece. For now, don't worry about these contents, we can absolutely remove this. Now I'm gonna give you a basic example that how this page builder works. So from here, let's click on the plus icon, and from here, you have many structure. Let's select the first one, and you will get a box. From the left panel, it says min height, and you can drag the slider to the right to increase the box height, or to the left to decrease the height. Alternatively, you can put custom value here to control the height. I put 400 pixel here, so the box is now 400 pixel long. And now if you want to change the box color, you can go to the style tab from here, and here the background type, let's select the classic, and from here in the color, if you click here, it will give you a full color picker, and by using these knobs, you can just control the color and set the color the way you like. So I'm gonna make it full black. Now the box is full black. Now let's say you want to add other thing inside this box. So you can click here in the plus icon or here in the grid icon, and let's drag a heading inside this container. So we are having a heading. You can change the text directly from here, or you can change it from here in this field. So let's just type Jim Fahad Digital. Now from here, it says HTML tag. You can choose any tag you like. The higher the H number is, the smaller it gets. So I'm gonna keep it H1, and I'll go to Style tab, and from here in the alignment you can make it left, center, or right. I'm gonna keep it centered, and if you want to change the text color, you can change it from here. Currently it's bluish color by default, so let's make it like fully white. And over here we have typography. If we click on the pencil icon, it will show a typography pop-up, and here in the family, it's the font family or the font style. So from here, it's currently by default selected as Roboto. If you click this, you can see all the free fonts from Google that you can use. So for example, if we select this font, you can see our font is instantly changed according to the font we selected. Great! Also, you can search font from here. So one of my favorite font is Poppins. So let's search Poppins, and it will suggest. Let's click on the Poppins, and it will be Poppins font. And now from here, you can adjust the font size by sliding to the right or left, or of course you can put custom value. So I'm giving it 50. And now from here in the weight, you can change the font weight. You can choose lower number to make it thinner, or higher number to make it bolder. So I'm gonna just keep it 600, which is semi bold. Now from here in the transform, you can choose the text transform. You can choose uppercase to make it fully uppercase. You can choose lowercase to make it fully lowercase, or capitalized to make it capitalized. So I'm gonna make it default. Then from the style, you can keep it normal, you can keep it italic or default, and from here in the decoration, you can give it an underline, an overline, or line through, or default. You can actually mess with all these options to make a nice combination. Now here in the line height, you can control the line height of a text like this. I'm gonna keep it as it is. And here in the letter spacing, you can literally add space between each of your letters. And similarly here in the word spacing, you can add space between your words. How cool is that? So I'm just gonna keep it default. Now let's click on the grid icon and add a text editor after this heading. In here, you can of course change the text from here, or you can change it from here. So I'm gonna keep it like this. This is a demo text. So let's style this by going to Style tab, and from the alignment, let's make it center, and let's choose the color, something like this. And in the typography, you have all the options for this text as well. So from here, let's make it, actually let's keep it Roboto, and let's adjust the size. I'm gonna keep it like this. Now let's close it. Now let's say you want to add a button. So from here, we have a button widget. So I'm gonna drag it in after the text editor. From here, you can change the button text to like learn more. And here in the link, you can put any link like http://gymfahaddigital.com. Now when an user click on this button, it will take them to this link, which is cool. Now from here, let's make the alignment center of this button. Now from the style tab, of course you get a typography for the button text. So let's make it Poppins. And size, let's make it like this. And from the text decoration, let's remove the underline by selecting the none. Now from here, you can choose the text color like this, and you can change the background color, of course, to like this. Now from here in the border radius, you can control border radius or the roundness of the button. Now here in the padding, you can put custom padding to make your button nice. Alright, now let's say you want to add spaces between elements. So there is many way to add spaces in the Elementor. So let's see a common way. So let's click on the button and go under the advanced tab, and let's say we want a space from the top of this button. So here in the margin, let's unlink this, and here on the top value, let's give a margin of 30 pixel, and you see it added a 30 pixel of padding from the top of the button. Now similarly, let's click on this heading and go to advanced tab. Let's go to the margin, unlink this, and on the top, let's add 50 pixel of margin from the top. Or similarly, you can add space using the padding property. So if you add padding on the bottom, something like 40 pixel, it also will add the space on the bottom. It works similar like margin, but it's not the same. We'll just learn more in depth about this later in this tutorial. For now, remember this, you always have two options, margin and padding, to add space between elements. Alright, now let's say you don't like an element from here and you want to delete it. So you can just right click on the element and hit this delete. Just right click and delete, and the elements will be gone. And if you don't like the whole section or the whole container, you can select this container and click on this cross icon to delete the whole container. Or if you want to undo your action, you can always click Ctrl Z to undo your actions, or Ctrl Y to redo your actions. Alright, so we're just gonna delete all. So right now, I'm gonna make you familiar with a concept which is Flexbox concept. By using Flexbox, you can make any structure or any layout by yourself. This is the game changer thing for building a web page. So this will be super important for you to learn. So now let's pay attention here. Now from here, if we add a new container, we have all types of container we can use, like column directed container, row directed container, or this double container. From here, the most commonly used structure is these two. One is the column structure and other is the row structure. So let's select this one for now. As we know, it adds a box, and from here you can change the height. For now, let's make it 600 pixel. So this is our main container. Now let's add another container inside this main container. So you can call this new container a child container. The first big one is the parent container, and the second one is child container of this parent container. So for your better understanding, let's color this container. So from the style tab, let's give it a background color of like blue, but very light, like this. And now let's select the child container and add a background color. Let's make it blue, but this time a bit deeper. like this. Now let's select the child container, and from the layout tab, from here let's make the content width full width, and from the width let's select the pixel property and give it a height like 300 pixel, and let's set the min height like 150 pixel. And now if you want a same child container inside this box, you can just right click on the child container and hit the duplicate. And I want another one, so I'm duplicating again. So right now we are having 3 child containers inside one parent container. Now if we select the parent container and in the layout, and from here justify content property, if we make this center, it will vertically center all the items inside this box. So this is start, if you notice here, and this is centered. Or you can set it to end. Or if you choose justify content space between, it will add equal spaces between the child elements. So let's just keep it justify content center. Then from here, align items, you can choose it to start, center, or right. So let's make it center. And now I want to make you familiar with this direction property. So right now it's selected as column based direction because we chose the column based container. So now let's try to make it row based container. Now you see, when it's the row based container, it aligned all the elements inside horizontally. Cool. Then I want to make you familiar with this gap property. So if you notice here, we have a specific gap between each elements. This gap is actually coming from this gap property. So you can see is by default we have a gap of 20 pixel on the column and 20 pixel on the row. So if we unlink this, and it will become 0, and instantly you can notice there is no gap between the elements. So let's try to add our custom gap like 30 pixel, and we're having the gap between the elements again. And if we make the row gap 30 pixel, apparently you cannot see anything change. Now if we make the direction vertical, you see no gap again between the elements because there is no gap in the row. So let's make it 30 pixel, and again we have the nice gap. So this is the basic example of how the flex container works. So all of these items like direction, justify content, align items, and gaps are all part of the flex concept. Now I want to show one more thing. If we add another element inside this child container, and let's select this child container, the blue one, and make this justify content center and align item center. So by making change on the blue container, it's affecting the inside content. Similar as making edit on the main container, it was getting affected inside this container. But if you notice, if I make it align item center from the main container, the button inside here didn't even react because this button is not immediate child of this main container, but these blue child containers are immediate child containers of this main ones. So these are getting affected by the changes, and this little button is immediate child container of this child container. So if we make any change on this, it will get affected. So actually this was the very basic example of how the flex container works. If you just master the flex container, you can literally create any website or structure all by yourself. So if you are confused by something, or if you didn't get anything, you can just rewatch 3 to 5 minutes back and it will be very clear for you. Otherwise, I think it's enough theoretical talking because I like more practical stuff rather than theoretical stuff. So now let's make our full website step by step using the Elementor page builder. And one thing here, as you see, this tutorial is hours long. So if you are ready to invest your next 2-3 hours, then you can follow this tutorial. But let's say all of you don't have such long time, or you are on a rush and you wanna make your website really fast instead of watching hours long video, then I have another approach for you. You can use ready template from kitpapa.com. Of course, we will create our whole website from scratch step by step, but the kitpapa.com is for the people who want to create their website real fast. So here, let me give you a quick tour of the kitpapa.com. So from here, in this category, you have almost every category of website. We have like business, agency, portfolio, freelancers, health, medical, education, sport and fitness, food and restaurant, you just name it. All of these are perfect, dedicated, ready templates for each of the categories. So by using this, you can not only create a full website for yourself, but also for your clients within a few clicks. Let's say you have a client who is a lawyer and he wants his website to be fully professional at the same time really fast. So for that, they have a lawyer category here. So let's check that. In the lawyer category, they have 3 ready templates. So let's check this out. From here, you can purchase the fully ready template, and if you scroll down, they have included all the details and documentation and also a video installation guide to install the ready template very easily. Also, if you scroll up here, you'll find a very interesting thing here. If you click on the live demo, you can literally check the whole site within this beautiful iframe. You can go to different pages and fully interact with all of the elements of the website. Also, you can check the responsiveness of this website, like tab mode, mobile mode. To be honest, in my opinion, this is a great feature. And if you make the desktop mode, also you can visit the site with this button. It will take you to the live site, so you can fully experience the site you're going to buy. Amazing. So let's go back. So you can just buy this from here, and then from here with this 3-minute tutorial guide, and you will get a full site ready within 3 minutes instead of watching hours-long video. So if you scroll up, you can see here this template is only for $14.99, which is really affordable, because you can use this ready template multiple times for yourself or for your clients, and you can charge your clients couple $1,000s very easily. So that's a great win for you. Or let's say you are an agency or freelancer and you have to make website for your clients quite frequently, then you can grab their buy all package. From here, you get full access to all premium template kits, and right now, as you can see, a limited discount is going on their site, which is lifetime access only for $49. So that's mean you get all the templates on their website for lifetime only for $49. In my opinion, that's a great deal, because you can see they have 180 plus premium kits and they update 10 plus templates per month. And you'll also get access to their future products, which means when they're gonna upload a product, you'll get all of them and you don't need to pay for them. What more can you expect? So now for this particular tutorial, we're gonna make a agency website. So let's go back to their homepage. Then from here, let's search Vexel and we'll get this. Let's go in there. From here, we can see the live demo of this website. We're gonna make a template like this. Of course, we're going to create our website step by step using Elementor Page Builder, but you always have an option to buy this ready template from kitpapa.com. Now let's go back to our Elementor. So from here, I'm gonna clean everything. Now I'm gonna quickly do one thing before starting. I'm gonna go to settings icon on the bottom left, and from here in the page layout, I'm gonna select Elementor full width. After selecting, we're adding a simple header and a simple footer. We'll keep it like this for now, and I'm gonna start from the banner area or the hero area of our website. But before starting to create any section or area, I'm gonna do a very important thing. I'm gonna work on the global settings of the Elementor, which will save our time significantly. So let's just go ahead and click on this hamburger icon from the laptop, and from the site settings, here we can see many options like global colors, global fonts, typography button, images, and all of these. From here, we can actually do pre-settings that will stay globally and we will not have to do those again and again. So let's start from the global colors. From here, you can see by default we have some colors like on the primary it's blue, secondary it's black, on text it's type of gray, and in the accent it's like green color. So let's start with the primary color. Click here, and in the color picker, let's add our code. I want to make it fully white, so let's type FFF, and then in the secondary color, let's make it fully black, so 0, 0, 0. Then in the text color, I want it to be A9, AD, B9. Then in the accent color, you can say the accent color is our main color or the main vibe color of our website. So I'm gonna make it C4EF17. So we have a nice lime type of color which will suit our site very nicely. So now I'm gonna update the Elementor and then I'm gonna go back from here. Then let's go to the global fonts. In the global fonts, let's edit the primary. In here, from the font family, I'm gonna search sign, and then in the font size, I'm gonna make it 42 pixel. Then in the font weight, I'm gonna make it 700, which is bold. And from here, in the line height, I'm gonna make it 50 pixel. Then next, we have secondary. We will keep it Roboto slab. Now from the text size, I'm gonna put it empty, and then I'm gonna keep it like this. Then from text, I'm gonna search a font Jost and select the Jost font. Then in the size, I'm gonna make it 17 pixel and I'm gonna keep it 400. Then in the line height, I'm gonna make it 28 pixel. Then finally in the accent fonts, I'm gonna make it signed again. Then font size, I'm gonna make it 16 pixel. Then font weight 600. Now from here, this is fallback font. Then let's go back to the site settings. This time I did not update the Elementor, so it's asking for would you like to save changes you have made. So hit save. Then I'm gonna go to typography. From here, under the body, in the text color, I'm gonna make it A9, AD, B9. Then in the typography, I'm gonna make it Jost and size 17 pixel, weight 400, line height 28 pixel. Then under the link, I'm gonna make the color CAEF17, which is our accent color. So as soon as I change this, you can see we have the text also changed the color, because this link is for the link colors. So this is a technically link. So right now, globally, it's having this color. Alright, then next we have H1. Let's make it fully white. So FFF. Then in the font, let's make it sign. Font size, let's make it 50 pixel. Font weight, I'm gonna make it bold. Then in the line height, I'm gonna make it 1.1, but not the pixel, this time EM. Then we got H2. So for H2, I'm gonna make it the color of white. Then typography, I'm gonna keep it default. Now the font size, I'm gonna make it 42 pixel. Then weight, let's make it 700. Then the line height 1.1 EM. Then H3, I'm gonna make the color white. Typography, font size 28, font weight 600, line height 1.1 EM, of course. H4 is also white. Typography 24, font weight 600, and this time line height 34 pixel. Then we got H5, so FFF. Typography, let's make it Jost. Font size, let's make it 16 pixel. Font weight, let's make it 400. And from the transform, let's make it uppercase. Then line height, and now for the H3, I'm gonna make it white, but I'm gonna keep the typography as it is. Alright, so let's hit the update. Now let's go back. Here in the buttons, let's click it. In that button typography, I'm gonna choose the sign font family. The size, I'm gonna make it 16 pixel, and the weight, I'm gonna make it 600. And then line height, I'm gonna put 1.2 EM. Then in the text color, I'm gonna make it fully black. Then here in the background type, which is the background of the button, so in the color, I'll put the accent color, which is C4EF17. Alright, now let's click on the hover and add the color of black, and in the background color let's make it fully white. So on hover our button will be white. And now let's make it normal again, and from here in the border radius let's make it 10 pixel on all of them. Then from here in the padding let's unlink this. Now let's add 20 pixel, 31 pixel, 20 pixel and 31 pixel. Now let's click update. Now next we have site identity. From here you can change it to anything, but for now I'm gonna make it like this. And I'll just remove this one and I'll click update. Now I'm gonna go back. Then here in the background, as our site background will be fully dark, so from here background type I'm gonna just make it fully black. This, and I'll click update. I'm gonna come back. From the layout, under the content width I'm gonna make it 13, 20 pixel. Then from here it has a breakpoints option, so I'm gonna open it, and from here I'm gonna add another breakpoint here. So I'm gonna click on the plus icon. From here I'm gonna choose the laptop and I'm gonna edit the breakpoint of this laptop, so I'm gonna put it 15 and 10 pixel, and then I'm gonna click update. And now it says reload Elementor editor, you have made modification to the list of active breakpoints, so I'm just gonna reload now. Alright, now lastly we're gonna click on this additional settings and it will take us back to the WordPress dashboard. Now from here it says disable default colors and disable default fonts. From here I'm gonna check this one and this one. Now let's save the changes. Alright, now we are done with our global settings of the Elementor. So from here we can just close this panel, and also we can close this new tab. Now we have done our site settings. By the way, right now I'm gonna show you a settings which is user preference. So click on the hamburger, and from here it says user preference, click on it, and from here it says UI theme. From here you can set it light or dark, or you can keep it auto detect, so it detects your device mode and give the color accordingly. And from here we have the panel width. So this width is for this whole left panel. So if we increase this, you can see the panel width increases. If we decrease this, it decreases. So I'm just gonna keep it default, which is 300. And from here I'm gonna turn this editing handles on. This is actually a very handy option. Using this you can duplicate or delete any containers or widgets very easily. So make sure you turn it on. Then let's just save the changes by updating. Alright, now all the boring part is completed. Now let's go ahead and make our real website. And finally I'm gonna go to the settings icon, and from here I'm gonna select the Elementor canvas. So now we have absolutely empty canvas where we're gonna create our full website. So first let's start by adding a structure for our banner area. So as you know, if you take a container, it adds a box. So actually for your better understanding, I'm gonna open the navigator option. This navigator option will help you to understand the structure, like what is going on, what I'm adding, what I'm deleting, like this. So for now I added a container. So here in the navigator you can see we have a container. So let's double click on the container and rename this to banner section. And from here let's select this banner container. Then from here in the min height, let's choose the viewport height 100. So the banner height is now 100 viewport. Now from here I'm gonna select justify content center. As you already know what is justify content is, so I'm gonna make it center. And then from the style we're gonna add some background. We're gonna add image background for our banner section, but there will be 2 images and those images will slide in the background of our banner section. So we have 4 type of background. So the last one is the slideshow, so I'm gonna select this, and from here you have a whole pop-up to insert media. You can click select files to select files from your device, or you can select your files and just drag and drop it here, and it will start uploading, and the images has been uploaded. And also you can get all these images I have used here from the download resources I have used in this tutorial. And after downloading the files, you'll have two folders like this. One will be images and the other will be templates. So in the images, you'll find all the images I have used for the website. Alright, so let's get back to our Elementor. And now I'm gonna select this and this image and click on create a new gallery. Then from here, click insert gallery, and we have two images in our banner section. Then from here, in the duration, we're gonna make it 3000 instead of 5000, and in the transition, we're gonna make it slide left. So as you can see, our image is sliding to the left, which is looking nice. And from here, the transition duration will make it 100 ms, which is 1 second. So our image will slide after 1 second. Then here in the background size, I'm gonna make it cover, so the image will cover whole banner. Then from background position, I'm gonna make it center, and then we want a overlay over the images. So I'm gonna click it, the background overlay. From here in the background type, I'm gonna add a color which is 0808 and 08. Now from here in the opacity, I'm gonna make it 0.8. So basically you can see we are having an overlay over the images, so our banner inner contents doesn't distort by the images. Alright, now let's go to the advanced tab. From here in the padding, we're gonna make it 10 pixel on the top, 10 pixel on the right, 10 pixel on the bottom, and finally 10 pixel on the left. Now it's time to add contents in our banner section. So click here or click on this grid icon. Now let's drag the heading widgets inside the banner section. Now in the text, I'm just gonna paste my text so I can show you very fast instead of typing. And now I'm gonna select the H1 from HTML tag. Now I'm gonna go to style tab, and from the alignment, I'm gonna make it center. Now in the text color, I'm gonna make it fully white like this, and in the typography, here we'll make it 120 pixel of the text size, and we'll make the weight 700, and then we'll make the line height. Let's first make it EM, and let's type 1.1. Now I'm gonna go to advanced tab. Then from the margin, I'm gonna unlink and add 0, 70, 20, and 70 pixel. Then let's add a text editor after our heading. So from here, I'm just gonna paste my text to make it faster. Then from the advanced tab, here in the padding, choose the percentage property and unlink this. Then on the right, I'm gonna give it 5%, and on the left, I'm gonna make it 5%. Now let's go to style tab, and let's make the alignment center, and in the text color, let's make it fully white. And in the typography, let's choose Jost font, and in the size, let's make it 18 pixel. And then in the font weight, let's make it 500, and in the line height, let's make it 28 pixel. Then close it, and let's go to advanced tab, and in the padding, let's unlink it, and then select the percent property, and I'm gonna make it 20% from the right and 20% from the left. So now our heading is looking compact and nice. Alright, now let's add a container after this heading, and let's make this container row directed, and then let's make it justify content center, and then align items center, and let's make this gap 35 pixel. Then let's add our button. So let's drag a button in. As you can see, our button is already styled because we have styled our button in the global settings already. So let's just change the text to more about, and then let's duplicate our button, and let's make this one contact us. And for the second button, let's go on to style tab, and from the text background color, we're gonna make it fully white and click on the hover. In the hover, the button color will be the accent color, which is C4 E517. So if we hover on this button, it will have a hover effect of the accent color. Similarly, earlier we added the background color white on hover in the global settings, so it looks nice. Alright, so we have created our banner section. Now it's time to make it fully responsive. So let's turn on the responsive mode. From down here, you will have this bar. So on the top, we have desktop, laptop, tab, and mobile. So now if we click on the laptop, looks like on the laptop version, our banner is good. Then in the tablet mode, looks like we have to edit the text size to make it look good. So let's select the heading, and from the style tab, in the typography, let's just make it 90 pixel instead of 120 pixel. Then here for the text editor, let's click it, and from here I'm gonna make it 5% on the left and 5% on the right, so it looks nice. And then I'm gonna grab this container where the buttons are placed, and from here in the gap, instead of 35, I'm gonna make it back to the 20. So for the tab version, it looks nice. Now let's check the mobile version. From here, we definitely have to change the heading. So let's click it in the style tab. Let's make it 50 pixel. Now let's click on the text editor. Let's make the typography like 60 pixel. And now let's grab the button. And from the style, here in this padding, let's make it 15 pixel. And now I'm gonna go in the typography, and from here in the font size, I'm gonna make it 16 pixel. Now I want to do the same with this one. So here the shortcut is right click on this button and copy this, and hover here, right click here, paste the style, and you will have the exact same style on this one also. So one thing on this one I want to do is, this one had the background color of white, so let's make it back. In the color, FFF, and in the hover, in the background color, I'm gonna paste the accent color. So in the hover, it shows accent color, and on this hover, it shows white color. Okay, cool. And also, I think we should work on this as well. So in the advanced tab, let's just decrease the padding of this one. So if you make it 0, it will be good. Alright, so our banner is fully responsive and looking perfect. Alright, so let's close the responsive bar, and now it's time to make our services area. Alright, so let's take a container in, and I'm just gonna turn on the navigator for a bit to rename this section. So I'm gonna rename it services section, and now I'm gonna close it for now. Now in this section, we have to add our pre-title and section title. So let's go to grid icon and let's search heading, and you'll see 3 headings here. So I'm gonna use this one, which is JKit heading. So I'm gonna drag it in, and then I'm gonna paste my text, and from the HTML tag, I'll choose H5. Then here from the separator, we'll turn off this little separator, so it's gone. And now I'm gonna show you a very cool trick here. So in this title, first let's choose the highlight from the concept, and in here I'm gonna paste my text again. And now before my text, here let's type 2 curly bracket, then / and close it with 2 curly bracket. Now you can see here, before the text is showing the content inside this curly bracket. So we can actually go very creative using this technique. So I'll just show you what we can do with this right now. So let's go to style tab, then let's make it alignment center, and from the title, let's first edit that typography of this title, so I'm gonna select sign, and font size, let's make it 16 pixel, and font weight, let's keep it just default. So, and the line height, let's make it EM, and let's type 1. And now let's close this title, and let's open this focus title. So this focus title is for one which is before this title. So in this case, this 2/ is dedicated for this one. So let's choose color, and let's make it our accent color. So C4, E5, C4, EF17. And you see it's having a different color than this text. Now let's edit the typography of this. Let's make it sign also, and let's choose the font size 16 pixel, and it looks very good. And then finally let's go to the advanced tab, and from the margin, let's add some margin of -20 pixel from the bottom. Alright, now let's add our section title. So I'm gonna drag a regular heading underneath this free title. So from here, let's choose H2. Then here I'm gonna paste my text. Now let's go to style tab, and from the alignment, let's make it center. Now in the text color, let's keep it fully white. Then in the typography, let's make it sign. And from the style tab, let's add some margin of 20 pixels from the bottom. Alright, now our section title and the pre-title is ready. So let's click update. By the way, I want to make you realize something, that one thing is making us slow, which is if I add any text, any random text, and for example this is your text, what we have to do is we have to go to style, and then go to typography, then search the font, and then it's being our font. But we don't want that. We don't want to select the font family every time we add something. So right here where the global typography settings come to handy. So let's delete this text first, and then let's go to site settings. As you know, we edited some typography earlier, but we left most of them default. So let's go to typography. From here, let's make it sign, and also let's make every one of them sign. But for this H5, I'm gonna select the Jost one, and then let's click update. And now if we close and add a text anywhere, you will see it's already having the sign font by default, which is great. I'm just showing you this now so you can realize best. Alright, now let's delete this text, and let's continue making our service section. So in here, I'm gonna drag a container in underneath this heading, and from here I'm gonna make it row directed. Then from the gaps, I'll make it 30 pixel. Then in the advanced tab, in the padding, I'll make it 10, 10, 30, and 10. And now inside this container, I'm gonna add a child container. Then I'm gonna select this, and from here I'm gonna make it full width. Then from the style tab, in the background color, I'm gonna make it 121212. Then from the border, I'm gonna make the border radius 8 pixel to make this box little bit roundy like this. And then in the advanced, from the padding, I'll make it all 40 pixel. Then I'm gonna drag a heading inside this, and from the title I'm gonna make it 01. Then under the style tab in the typography, I'm gonna make it 50 pixel. Then font weight 700, and the line height, let's make it 50 pixel. And then under the advanced tab, let's make the padding 4 pixel, 25 pixel, 8 pixel, and 25 pixel. And then in here, in the position, let's make it position absolute. The fun fact here is the element with position absolute, you can move it to anywhere like this. So we are not gonna do it like this. we're gonna put a specific value. So in here, in the horizontal orientation, we're gonna make it right, and vertical orientation, we'll keep it top. Then here in vertical offset, we're gonna make it 30 pixel. And then let's scroll down and you will find a background. In the background, let's select the gradient, and here in the color, let's make it fully black. And then here in the secondary color, let's make it black but full transparent. Then in here, let's make it 90 degree. Okay, now let's click on the grid icon and search image box, and I'm gonna drag this image box in this box like this. And from here, I'm gonna select this one, and from here, let's change the title. Let's paste my text, and also from here, let's paste my description, and then let's make it H4. Then let's go to style tab. Then from here, image position, let's keep it top, and then let's make the alignment to the left. Then let's open the image. Then from the spacing, let's keep it 15 pixel. Then width, let's select the pixel first, let's make it 60 pixel. Then in the content, I'm gonna make it 10 pixel from the title spacing. Then here in the description typography, let's make it 17, and font weight, let's make it 500. Then in the line height, let's select the EM property and let's make it 1.5 EM. Then finally in the content, let's choose our image. So from here, I'm gonna select this one. Then I'm gonna select this gray container and right click and then duplicate. Or you can just click here to duplicate this. So now let's tweak this one a little bit. So I'm gonna select this one. Then from here, in the background drop down, here in this first location, I'm gonna make it 0. So we have an effect like the black color is starting from here and fading to the right side. It's looking pretty nice. So let's go back, and from the style tab, and from the border here, let's add a little bit border radius here. So 8 pixel on the top and 8 pixel on the left. So now it looks like this. Alright, now let's copy the style and paste the style to the other ones. Alright, now let's quickly change the images and the contents of each cards. So this sounds good. In the second one, let's make change on this one. So this will be number 2. And in here, let's paste my text. Alright, now one last thing here in the section, let's add some padding. Let's add some padding on the top, 110 pixel. Then let's add 10 pixel, 10 and 10 pixel. So now our services section looks very nice. Now it's time to check the responsiveness. So in the responsive mode, let's check the laptop is good. Let's check the tablet, let's tweak it. So from here, let's select this section and let's edit the padding. I'm gonna make it 90 pixel, 10 pixel. Then I'm gonna grab this container where the cards is located, and in the layout, I'm gonna scroll down, and here in the wrap, I'm gonna make it wrap. Then here in the advanced tab, then after that, I'm gonna select each of the cards, and from here, let's select the percentage and let's make it 48%. And then let's copy this and paste the style, and from here, let's select this whole container, and from here, let's make it 25 pixel, and let's make it justify content center. So it looks very good right now. Alright, now let's check on the mobile. So in the mobile, let's select this single card And in the advanced tab, let's decrease the padding, and let's select this heading, and in the style typography, let's just make it 40 pixel. And finally, let's grab this container. Here in the advanced tab, let's make it all 10 pixel. Now it looks great on the mobile too. Alright, so we can say our services section is beautifully done. Alright, now let's move on to creating our portfolio section. So let's take a container and let's rename this container portfolio section. And now let's close this navigator. Then let's select this portfolio section, and in the advanced tab, let's give a padding of 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 20 pixel, and 10 pixel. Now let's add our pre-title and section title. So instead of creating a new pre-title and section title, we're gonna just copy the previous one we created. So copy, and let's paste it here. And also the section title, just copy and paste, and we have to just only change the content. Let's paste by also for this. Nice. So instead of creating a full elements, we just copied and paste because it's the same thing. We don't need to create it again. Alright, then let's add a container underneath this heading, and let's make it full width. And in the advanced tab, let's make it padding 0. Now from the grid icon, we're gonna add an image carousel. So we're gonna search image, and here the image carousel, we're gonna take this, and from here we're gonna add some images that will slide. So I'm gonna select this and this one, and I'm going to create a new gallery. From here I'm gonna insert the gallery, and we have the 3 images in the gallery. Then from here in the image resolution, I'm gonna select full. Then in the slideshow, I'm gonna select 3, and then to scroll here, I'm gonna select 1. Then I'm gonna scroll down. Under the image trace, I'm gonna select yes. Then I'm gonna go to style tab. Then in here, in the position, let's keep it inside. And then in the color of arrows here, I'm gonna put accent color, which is C4 EF17. Then here in the pagination, I'm gonna keep it outside, and then size, I'm gonna make it 10. And then here in the color, I'm gonna make it fully white. So let's just copy the accent color and paste it in the active color. So we have 3 dots here. Active one will be the accent color, and the other one will be white color. Alright, so now from the image, from here in the spacing here, let's choose the custom, and in the image spacing, let's make it 30 pixel. And then under here the border radius, let's make it 15 pixel. And you can see how simply our portfolio section is fully ready. Now it's time to check the responsive. So in the laptop it's okay, in the tab it's okay, in the mobile it's also okay. So we didn't have to make a responsive settings for this one. Alright, so let's go back to the desktop mode. Now don't you feel like we need to add some padding on this section? So instead of doing it manually from here, let's just copy this section, copy, and from here just paste the style. So our this section is also having a nice space between sections. Alright, now it's time to create our counting section. So let's take a container. Then from here, let's make it direction row, and let's make it justify content center. And then in the advanced tab, let's make the padding a little bit less than other sections because this will be the counting section. So I'm gonna make it 30 pixel, 10, 120, and 10 pixel. Now let's add another container inside this container. Now let's click on the grid icon and search counter. And we have this, so I'm gonna drag it inside this counter section. And you can see we are having a counter that counts from 0 to 100. We're gonna do some settings here and change the style. So from here, I'm gonna keep the starting number 0 and the ending number for this one, I'm gonna make it 12. And from the number prefix, I'm gonna keep it 1. And from the number suffix, I'm gonna make it K. Then here in the animation duration, I'm gonna keep it 2000 ms. Then I'm gonna go to style tab. Then from here in the text color, I'm gonna make it transparent. Yes, I'm making the text color transparent because you'll know what we'll do here. So here you see a property here called text stroke. So I'm gonna click the pencil icon, and from here I'm gonna make the text stroke 1. And from the stroke color, I'm gonna make it white. And now you see we don't have a color of this text, but we have stroke of the text. How cool it's looking, right? Then here in the typography, I'm gonna make it sign font. Then from the font weight, I'm gonna make it bold, which is 700. Then in the line height, I'm gonna make it 80 pixel. Then I'm gonna close this and open this title drop down. From here, I'm gonna make it fully white. Then in the typography, I'm gonna make it Jost. And font weight, I'm gonna make it, and font size, let's make it 16 pixel. Font weight, it would be 400, and let's make it uppercase from the transform. Now let's duplicate these 1, 2, and 3. Now it's time to change the contents. So let's click here in the contents. In the title, let's paste our text. You can also type it here. Actually, you can also type it here like this. And for this one, I'm gonna choose 7. So it's counting 7 from the 0. And I'm gonna make this project completed. And for this one, I'm gonna make it 10. And in the number suffix, I'm gonna make it plus. So instead of the K, it shows plus. So from here in the title, I'm just gonna paste years experience. So it's showing 10 years plus experience. So let's edit this. I'm gonna make it 200. So it will count 0 to 200. And for the suffix, I'm gonna also make it plus. And here in the title, I'm gonna paste my text win awards. Now I'm just gonna select this whole container, and from here in the layout, I'm gonna make it justify content space between. And now it added equal gaps between the contents. Amazing. Now let's check the responsiveness of this section. In the laptop, it's perfect. In the tablet, it looks good. But in the section, let's edit the padding a little bit. So I'm gonna make it 10, 10, 100, and 10. Then I'm gonna select the counter. From here in the style tab, I'm gonna make the font size 70 pixel. And then I'm just gonna copy this and paste the style on the other ones. Now let's check on the mobile. We just have to work on this little bit. So let's start with the padding. So let's select this one. In the typography, let's make it 50 pixel of font size. And now let's copy this and just paste the style. And it's okay. And it's so far so good. Alright, now let's go back to the desktop mode. Now we will create our testimonial section. So let's take a container in. Let's make this container column. And from here in the style, I'm gonna select an image background. So I'm gonna select background type classic, and from here in the image, let's select an image from our media library. So I'm gonna select this one, and from here in the position, I'll make it center. In the repeat, I'll make it no repeat. Then in the display size, I'm gonna make it cover. Then I want to add an overlay on the image, but this time we're gonna add an image overlay, which I'm gonna show you is this image. So let's select this, and as you can see, it added an overlay using an image. So from here, let's make it center. The repeat, this time let's make it repeat X, and display size, cover, and from the opacity, let's make it 1. Then let's go to the advanced tab, and in here in the padding, let's add a padding of 65, 10, 140, and 10 pixel. And now let's add a testimonial widget. So I'm gonna search testimonial, and I'm gonna select this one and drag it into the section. Then from the layout, I'll choose the style, I'll choose the 5th one. Then I'm gonna open the testimonial. From here, I'm gonna select quote icon position to top. Then I'm gonna deselect the enable rating. Then I'm gonna delete all of these, and let's edit the first item. So I'm gonna make the client name this, and in the testimonial review, I'm just gonna paste my text. Then if you scroll down from here, you can choose your client's avatar. So this is for client display picture, so let's select this one. Now from here in the settings, down here, let's turn on the show dots, and let's keep it as it is, and let's keep the other thing as it is. So let's now go to style tab, and from here in the layout, we have background type, so let's make it transparent. Now let's open the wrap content style. Then in the horizontal alignment, we'll make it center. Then in the padding here, I'll make it 0. Then let's open the description. From here in the color, I'll make it fully white. Here in the typography, I'm gonna choose the Jost as the font family. And font size, let's make it 28 pixel. Let's font weight will be 500. Then font line height would be 44. Then here in the margin, let's make it like 15 pixel, 0, 40 pixel, and 0 pixel. Now let's open the quote icon. From here, let's make the color, our accent color, which is C4 EF17. And the icon size, let's make it 60. And margin bottom, let's make it 15. Then border radius, let's make it %, and let's give it 50%. Now let's open the client drop down. From here in the color, I'm gonna make it white. Then in the typography, I'm gonna make it signed font family. Then the font width will be 700, and the line height, I'm gonna make it 22. After that, we have client designation. So here I'm gonna make the color white. Then the typography, I'm gonna select the Jost, and font size, let's make it 16 pixel. Font weight, let's make it 400. Then in the transform, let's make it uppercase. Now under the client image, from here, border type, let's make solid. Then let's make it 3 pixel. And then let's select the color, our accent color, so C4 EF17. So we just added a border around the client image. So here in the image size, I'm gonna make it 66. In the margin, I'm gonna make it 15 pixel. Then we have a last drop down, which is dot. So from here, I'm gonna make the dot spacing -30. Then the width, I'm gonna make it 10, and also the height 10. Then here in the margin right, I'm gonna keep it 12. Then the background type, I'm gonna make it the color white. Then we have the active. In active color, I'm gonna make it the accent color, C4 EF17. Then here in the scale, alright, now let's go to our advanced tab. From here, let's give some padding of, we're gonna select the % property, and we're gonna make 10% on the right and 10% on the left. Now let's go back to the content tab. In the testimonial, let's duplicate this, let's make it 3, and let's just quickly change the contents. So for the second one, let's change the image, this one, and for the third one, let's choose the image, this one. Alright, now it's time to check the responsiveness. because it's looking perfect on the desktop mode. So let's turn on. So in the laptop, let's check, it's perfect. In the tab, let's pick the main section, and in the advanced tab, let's edit the padding like 45, 10, 120, 10. Then let's grab the testimonial, and under the settings, in here we have slide to show, so I'm gonna make it 1. And from the style tab, here under the description drop down, in the typography, let's change the size to 24 pixel, and then from the advanced tab, let's make the padding 0. Now let's check the mobile. From here, let's select the testimonial, and from here in the style tab, let's grab the description. In the typography, let's make it 20 pixel. Then in the quote icon, let's make the size 46 pixel, and let's make the padding 50 0 from here. Actually, we're supposed to give the value in here like %, and 50 pixel of border radius. We just mistakenly added this value to the padding, so never mind. Now let's open the client. In the typography, let's just make it 18 pixel. Also in the description, in the typography, let's make the line height like 1.6 em, so it looks good. Then let's go to the desktop mode, and from here I feel like we have to tweak some little things, like from the description, in the style here, in the typography, let's make it italic. So I think the italic looks better. Then in the quote icon, we have just mistakenly added the 50 pixel padding instead of giving 50% on the border radius. So also in the tab mode, it's good. Mobile mode, it's perfect. Alright, so let's close the responsive mode, and we are good with our testimonial section. Just look how gorgeous it's looking. So as I said earlier, we're gonna make the header of this page and the footer of this page and also some other section later. So now let's go ahead and create our first inner page, about page. So now let's exit from our Elementor page builder. So before we exit, let's click on update. So everything we did, all has been saved. Now let's click on this hamburger icon, and then from here let's click on exit, and it will take us back to the WordPress dashboard. Then from here let's click on the WordPress icon. Then we are back to the pages. Currently we are working on this home page. Now we want to make our about page, so let's add new page. From here let's name it about, and let's hit publish, and let's click edit with Elementor. From here let's make our page layout Elementor canvas, update. So first we're gonna create a banner for our inner section. So let's take a container, then we're gonna name it inner page banner, and then we're gonna make it the direction column. Then we'll make the justify content center, and then align items center. Then let's go to the advanced tab. In here in the padding, let's make it 210, 10, 110, and 10 pixel. Now let's go to style tab, and from here let's choose a background type, and from here I'm gonna choose this one as the background image. And now from here let's make the position center, and the repeat, no repeat, place size, cover, and then let's add a background overlay. So from here let's add the color 080808, and then let's make the opacity 0.9, and then let's click on this grid icon. Let's add a heading. I'm gonna name it about us. Now let's add another container after this about us on this container, let's make it full width. Then in the width, let's select the pixel and make it 210. Let's choose the row direction and let's make the justify content center, align item center, and let's make the gap 8. Now let's go under the style tab. Here in the background type, we want a semi-transparent color, so I'm gonna put 6 Fs, 1 2 3 4 5 6, and then 1 A, and we have a semi-transparent color. Then here under the border, in the border radius, let's make it all 10. Then in the advanced tab, padding, let's make it 20. Now inside this container, let's add a icon list. So I'm gonna search icon list and I'm gonna drag it in. Then from here, I'm gonna delete everything except the first one. So here I'm gonna make it home, and in the icon, let's choose a home icon. So search home. So let's choose this one and insert. Then from here, let's make it inline, and under the style tab, let's open the icon. Then here in the color, let's make it white color. Then in the size, let's make it 16 pixel, and on hover, let's make the color accent color, so C4 EF17. So on hover, it's showing the accent color of this icon. Then from here, in the horizontal align, we'll make it left. Then we're gonna open the text. In the typography, we're gonna make it Jost. Then in the font size, 16 pixel, and the font weight will be 500. Then line height, let's select 1.2. Then we have color, let's make the color white, but on hover it will be the accent color, so C4 EF17. I'll show you, it looks good on hover. Alright, so we will add another icon list, so let's just duplicate and change the content. From here, I'm gonna make it, this is the about page, so I'm gonna make it about. So from the icon, I'm gonna choose right arrow 1, and I'm gonna select this one. Then from the style, here in the icon, I'm gonna make it 11 pixel. Then here in the color, I'm gonna make it 6C757D, this color. And on hover, I'm gonna put it accent color. And also in the text, I'm gonna make the text color, the accent color, C4 EF17. Alright, now let's check. Okay, we're good, it looks nice. And let's make this about text H1 so it looks nicer. Alright, now let's explore a time-saving technique in the Elementor. We're gonna import a pre-designed section into the Elementor using JSON format. Imagine a beautifully crafted section ready to go. Here's how you can effortlessly import it. First, click on this folder icon, so let's click it. And from here, choose this My Template tab, and from here on the right side, click on this Upload button. And here, if you have downloaded the resource file from this website, then you will have two folders like this. One is image and the other one is template. So earlier I showed you how you can upload the images. So now I'm gonna open the templates folder. And from here, as we are gonna import the about section, so I'm gonna drag this about template and drop it here. And here it's warning you that JSON files may be unsafe, but this is just very safe, so let's click it continue. We will have an item like this in my templates, and then let's click on the insert. And there you go, our fully ready about us section is seamlessly integrated. Just look how cool it's looking. Imagine the time gonna cost you to create all of these, but now you can just import this in few seconds. How amazing. Now let's go back. And for this section, we're gonna do one more thing. We will use a simple custom CSS for this marquee. and it's super easy to use. So let's go to the Jimpa digital site. The link is in the description, and from here if you scroll down to here, it has homepage marquee CSS. So let's just copy the whole CSS, right click and copy, and let's come back to the Elementor. And if you click on the main section here and in the advanced tab, Elementor has a custom CSS option, but as we are using the free Elementor version, we cannot use the custom CSS. In order to use the custom CSS here, you need to upgrade to the Elementor. But you don't need to worry, because I got the trick how you can use custom CSS in the free Elementor version. So let's go ahead and learn the trick. So from here, I'm gonna click on this grid icon, and from here search HTML, and you will have this widget. So let's drag and drop this widget on the bottom, and from here under this HTML code you have a code input box. So in here we just have to paste our CSS code we have just copied, and there you go, we have the CSS effect. So if you notice here, what we did with the custom CSS is from the marquee on the left and the right side, there is a nice overlay that is hiding the text from the sides. So it looks pretty cool. Alright, now you have learned how to use custom CSS, and isn't it so simple? Now let's check the responsiveness of our page. So let's click on the responsive mode, and from the laptop, and by the way, the section we have imported, it is perfectly responsive without doing anything on the responsive mode. You can see it's perfectly responsive as this is a ready template. So you get the perfect thing. So let's get back to the section that we have created from scratch, this one. So in here it looks good on the tab, on the mobile. So from here in the text looks like we have to make it a little bit bigger and also work on this container. But at this point I want to tell you one thing, that we don't have to make changes on text each time on every responsive mode. Instead what we can do is we can click on the hamburger icon, and from the site settings and in the typography we can make these properties responsive also by using this responsive mode. So from the desktop it was good, the H1, H2, H3, H4 and H5 was good, but from the tablet we can actually change the text tags. Like from the H1 in the tab mode we can make it 45 pixel, and let's make the H2 38 pixel. Then we have H3, we can make it 24 pixel, and H4 we can just make it 22 pixel. So if you click on the update, so this text was the H1, right? So let's close this first. I'm going in the style tab of this, and now when I click on the tab mode and go to the style tab, we don't have to do anything on this typography each time. Trust me, it will save a lot of time of yours, and you will get to know this later in this tutorial. So let's now check the mobile version. It is okay right now, and from this we have to work on this. So let's make the width 110 pixel from the mobile, and it's looking perfect. Alright, and one last thing we can do for this inner page banner, which is let's select this banner, and in the advanced let's just decrease the paddings. So I'm gonna make it 150, 10, then 80, and then 10, and it's looking pretty nice. Alright, now our about page is ready. Now let's go ahead and create another section inside this about page, and this time we'll create it step by step. So let's take a container, and from here I'll do one thing. I'll just drag this custom CSS all the way to the end so it stays on the end. By the way, we can see this custom CSS only in the Elementor page builder. Other than that, no visitor will be able to see this HTML widget. So I'll just show you. So let's update, and if we click on the preview changes, and from here we can see every section, but we cannot see that HTML widget. So far so good. So let's go back. So from here we have just added another container. So let's rename this container. Open the navigator. Let's rename this container team section. And previously we have this container which is for the about section. So also for this I'll rename about section. You don't necessarily have to rename every section, but I'm renaming this for keeping everything organized. Alright, so let's turn this up so we can have full view. So from here we have added this container. This will be our theme section. So let's just keep it column based direction, and here in the advanced tab in the padding, let's add some padding of 110, then 10, then 100 and 10 pixel. Now we need our section free title and section title. So we have already created the section titles on the other pages. So now I'll show you how you can copy and paste any element from other page. So I have another tab here where we have the home page and the about page. So I'm just gonna open this home page in the Elementor. And from here we already created the section free title, which is this, and the section title, which is this. So let's copy it and let's go to the other tab on the other page, and from here let's paste, and you see we have just copied an element from other tab to this tab, which is cool. So let's copy the section title and paste it. Now let's change the contents. So for this one I'm gonna just type our team, and in the section title I'm just gonna type meet the experts. Just a little type. Okay. Alright, now we have our pre-title and section title ready. Now let's click on the grid icon and then add another container, and now we're gonna make this row based container. Then in the gaps I'm gonna make it 30 pixel. Then directly in the advanced tab I'm gonna make the padding 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 30 pixel, 10 pixel. Then I'm gonna click on the grid icon and add another container inside this container, and for this container I'm gonna add the padding of 0. Then inside this container I'm gonna add an image box. So let's search image and we get the image box. Just drag and drop, and from here let's choose an image. So I'm gonna choose this image for the first one, and from here we're gonna keep it full. Then in the heading let's paste our text, the description, paste. Then from the title HTML tag we're gonna make it h4. Then here in the style tab in the box we're gonna keep it top. In the alignment we're gonna make it center. Then we're gonna open the image. From the spacing we're gonna make it just 0, and from here I'm gonna make the height 100%. Then here in the border radius I'm gonna make it 10 pixel. Then let's scroll down and open the content. From the spacing I'm gonna give it 3, and then in the description in the typography I'm gonna make it 16 pixel. Font weight would be 400. Then let's make it transform uppercase, and the line height let's make it 1.5 em. Alright, now let's grab this container and duplicate until we have 3 of them. And one thing from here, we're just gonna make the alignment to the left, so I think it looks better. So let's just copy this and paste the style, paste the style, paste the style. And now let's change the images for each of them. So I'm gonna select this one for the middle one, and for this I'm gonna choose this one, and for this one let's change the title to this and the description to this, and for this one let's make the title this and description this. Alright, now let's check the responsive mode. Laptop it's good, tablet it's good, but actually we can make it better. So let's select this whole section And from the padding, let's decrease the padding, like let's make it 90 pixel, 10 pixel, 90 pixel, 10 pixel. Then let's grab this container where the 3 child are placed. So from here we'll make it justify content center, and here in the gap we'll make it 25, and from here the wrap we'll make it wrap. Now finally we'll select this container, this single cart container. We're gonna select this, and in the layout from here we're gonna make it full width, and in the width we're gonna make it the percent, and we'll just make it 48%. Now we're gonna copy this and paste the style here, and now it's looking nicer. Then let's check on the mobile. It's looking perfect in the mobile. Alright, so let's exit the responsive mode, and now we'll import another section, but this time this is the section we have already created in the home page, which is, I'll show you, this section, the testimonial section. So this time you'll learn how to export an template, save it as a JSON format so you can import that template easily on other pages. So let's select this one and right click right here, and from here you see we have an option is called save as template. So we're gonna click this, and from here we're gonna choose a name for this. So I'm gonna choose testimonial section, and then we'll click on the save. From here this testimonial section template is added to my templates, which is stored in your WordPress. But if you want, you can click here and export as a JSON file in your local device. So I'm not gonna do it for now, so let's close this pop-up and let's go back to our about page, and from here let's click on the folder icon, and as you can see we have the testimonial section available here. So I'm just gonna click insert. Now we have the ready testimonial section that we have already created, so let's just drag it up. Alright, so in the about page we have created this banner, which will be banner for every inner page, and then we have the about us section, which is a little bit complicated but we just imported in few seconds. Then we have our theme section that we have just created step by step. Then we just imported the testimonial section from the home page. Alright, now I think it's time to show you how to add your header and the footer in a very interesting way. So now let's go ahead and exit from the Elementor, but before that always click on the update. Then now let's click on the exit and let's go to WordPress dashboard. Now we're gonna add our header and the footer externally, but using the Elementor page builder and one more plugin, which is the Elements Kit. From here, if you click on this Elements Kit, from here you can just skip all onboarding by clicking on the next step. And once you are done, from here let's click on the header footer. From here let's close these. So here you can see we are having a area that is very similar to the pages area. In here we can add pages or templates. Also in here we can add pages or templates. So let's see what happens if we click add new. From here you will have a pop-up. In here you have to type your page name, so I'm gonna make it header, and make sure you select the header type from the type. Then from here active or deactive, let's make it active, and then let's click on save changes, and from here you can click on edit, and now you can click on edit content. Once you click it, it will take you to the Elementor page builder again, and you will have a whole empty canvas dedicated for the header only. So from here we have to make our header, or we can just import our header, as I gave you the header template also in the resources. So from here let's click on the add template, and from here in the my template let's upload the template, And from here, let's drag and drop the header, and let's continue. And we have the header template here, so let's just insert. And there you go, we have header. Right now looking a little bit weird because there's supposed to be menus, right, for the header. So if we close this, you'll know we have the logo here, we have the contact information here, we have search button here, also we have contact us button, but we are missing the menus. So now I'll show how to create your menus from the WordPress dashboard very easily. So let's get back to the WordPress. So let's click on the hamburger icon, then let's click on the exit. Then on the left panel, if you hover over this appearance, you'll get a menus option. So let's click there. In here, let's add our menu name. So we'll type main menu. Then we'll select this header from here and we'll just create menu. Now in this part here, we have to create our menu. So as we can see, we're already having an item menu, which is the about, because we already created our about page in our pages. So it's showing available. For example, if we go to pages and then here, if we just create a page which is services and publish, then we come back to the menus. Here you see we have services page. Also from here in the custom links, you actually can add custom menus, for example like google.com, and you can type Google here and you can add menus as a single item of your menus. But for now we don't have any custom menus or custom links, so I'm just gonna delete this one. I'm gonna click remove. So I'm gonna close this, and from the pages, we're gonna just use the pages to create our menus. So now we have to create our pages in order to get all the options in our menu. So right now we have home page, about page, services page, although we did not make anything inside the services page. But for the menus, we can just create empty pages to get available pages in the menu options. So let's keep adding the pages. For this one, let's add our portfolio page and just publish. We don't have to do anything with this now. So we can go back and add another page. I'm gonna add a blog page. Alright, now let's go back and let's just add one more page. So let's add contact and save or publish. Now let's go back, and if we go to the menus, we have all the pages available, although these are empty, but we'll just create contents inside these. So for now, let's just add them into our main menu. So let's add select all and click on add to menu. Now you can see this all has been added to the menu, which is our main menu. So now from here, I'm gonna select the view all tab. From here you'll see we have all the pages. So I'm gonna select home, about, blog, contact, portfolio and services page and click on add to menu. And these pages are being added to the main menu. From here you can readjust the order of the menus. So I'm gonna make it like first home, then about, then we have services, then I'll put the portfolio, then the blog, and then the contact. Alright, and now I want to show you how you can add sub menus or drop down menus. For example, here we have the portfolio. I want to add one menu under this portfolio menu, so when anyone will hover on this portfolio, the other drop down will come. How we can do it easily is, let's first save the menu, click on the save menu to save it, then let's go back to the pages and let's add another page. I want to add a page under the portfolio, so I'm gonna add like single portfolio and then save it. Then let's go back to the menus, and from here I'll just add the single portfolio and add to menu, and it will be added here. But what I will do, I'll drag this, and under this portfolio I'm gonna little bit drag this to the right and just drop it like this, and you will have a sub menu under a menu item. So I'll just show you how it will look. So let's save changes, and let's go back to our header. We created our header in Elements Kit, so header and footer. From here, let's edit the header and edit the content. From here, if we click this, on the left side in the panel, under menu settings, you have this select menu option. From here, you can select our main menu that we have just created. And there you go, we have just added our menus that contains our real pages. Cool, right? And I'm gonna also show you how we created a submenu under this portfolio. So if we hover on this portfolio, you'll see we have single portfolio within this. Great. From here, when we open the panel, don't worry about this messy design, because this one is the custom CSS that's automatically added with the ready template, and when we close everything, it looks properly good. By the way, I want to do something here, and I'll tell you that although you have imported the ready template, but this is fully customizable as if you created this section. So feel free to work on them or customize them as you like. So I'm gonna select this menu from here, and under the style tab, I'm gonna scroll down, and in the menu item style, you will find active option here. So in the active, I want a different color on our active page. Alright, so we have successfully imported our header and created our menus, and it's looking fantastic. Now it's time to create our footer. So let's open this, and before we exit, let's click on the update. Then let's click on the hamburger and just exit. So from here in the Elements Kit header and footer, let's add our footer now. So add new. From the title, I'm gonna make it footer, and make sure you select the footer one and click the activate. Then save the changes, and from here we can edit the content. From here, this place is dedicated for only the footer. So simply we'll just import our footer, so it will save your significant time. So I'll just upload the footer from the resource file. From here we have the footer, so I'm dragging it up, continue, and from here let's insert, and there we go, we have the footer. Amazing, right? Now from here, I'd like to link our real page links on the footer. So we have our about us, we have our contact us, so let's just click here. From about us, in here, let's just type about, and it will be suggested, so let's select the about, and from the contact us, we have the contact us page, so contact, and it will suggest, and you can link this. And later we're gonna be also creating these pages, which is under the services. So for now, let's just update the changes, and let's preview. From here, if we click on the about us page, it will directly take us to the about page. Alright, now let's go back and exit to our dashboard. So right now we are having the header and the footer created by Elements Kit. So now I'll show you how to add these header and footer on all the pages very easily. So let's go to pages. Let's start with homepage, of course. So let's click on edit with Elementor. Once it loads, so then now from the settings, we have used the page layout option before, but instead of Elementor canvas, let's select Elementor full width this time. And there you go, we have our header perfectly on the top. And if we scroll down all the way to the bottom, we have our nice footer. Both this header and the footer is perfectly responsive. And on the mobile version, you get a menu option here. By clicking this, you can open the whole menus in a separate way. So our header and footer is perfect, and ready to go. And now let's go to our pages. From here, if we go to About page, there is no header, so you know what we have to do is go to settings and just make it Elementor full width. And there you go, we have the header for the About also the footer of course. And then if we go back to the dashboard, and in the pages, if we open an empty page like this contact and edit with the Elementor, and here as well we can see we have no contents, but we still have the header and the footer. So every time you create a new page, all you have to do is go to the page layout and make it Elementor full width to get the perfect header and the footer. How amazing is that? So let's just update and go back to our dashboard. Now here we have created our home page. Now I want to do one thing with the home page, so let's click on the edit with Elementor. From here, after this services section, I want to add About Us section that we have just imported from our device. So this time we're not gonna import it again. Instead, we'll do just copy and paste. So let's open the About page on a different tab. So let's go to pages and open the About page in the Elementor. From here, I want this section. So I'm right clicking on this and I'm just copying it, and here in the home page, I'm just gonna paste it after this services section. So from here, I'm gonna scroll down all the way to the bottom, and here I'm just gonna paste that About Us page. But I want the About Us page right after the services page. So how can we easily do it? Let's open the navigator, and this is the About section. We're just gonna drag this like this, and we will close it like this, and now we'll just drag it like this and drop it underneath the services section. And now we can see our About section is after the services section, which is looking very good. So we can say now our home page is complete, and also it's 100% responsive. So now let's focus on the other pages we're gonna create. So let's go back to our dashboard. I'm just gonna exit on the other tab and just go to the pages, and from here, now let's work on the services page. So I'm just gonna click edit, and from here I'm gonna open it with Elementor Page Builder. And of course for this one, I'll make it Elementor full width to get the header and footer nicely. Right now we are gonna add the inner page banner section in here. So I'm gonna go on the other tab and update this. Then I'll go to the dashboard, and from here I'm just gonna open the About page, as we're having the inner page banner here. So here we have the inner page banner. So I'm just gonna select this from the navigator easily. So I'm just gonna copy it and go to the services page and just paste it. And all we have to do is change the content accordingly to the pages. So as this is our single service page, so I'm gonna put a single service name. So I'm gonna name it like brand identity, and also from here, instead of about, I'll make it the same. And then from here we have to just adjust the width accordingly with our need. So I'm just gonna make it 250 pixel, and it's looking quite good. So now from here we're gonna make one single service page step by step from scratch. Then we'll just copy it or duplicate it multiple times, and we will get multiple single services page. So let's get started. Let's take a container and let's rename this single service section. Then from here I'm gonna make it row directed. Then in the gaps I'm just gonna make it 0. Then in the padding I'm gonna make it 100 pixel, 10 pixel, 10 pixel, 80 pixel, and 10 pixel. Then I'm gonna drag a container inside this container and make this column directed. Then I'll just make it full width and I'll give a width of 25%. Then I'll add another container inside this container, and then I'm gonna go to style tab, and in the border I'm gonna add some border. Let's choose the type solid, and in the border width let's give some border on the right. Let's give 1%, and as the border color let's give 6 Fs, 1 2 3 4 5 6 and 3 3. So I have added the border on the right side of this container. As you can see, it's very small right now, but it's there. So let's continue working. Now we will add a heading. So let's drag a heading, and I'm gonna make it H4. Then directly in the advanced tab I'm gonna make it 0 0, 8 pixel on the bottom and 0 on the left. Then in the style, then let's scroll down here in the border. Let's choose solid type. Then let's add 1 pixel border on the bottom. Then let's add the border color, same as the previous one, so 6 Fs and 3 3. Semi-transparent color. So now it looks like this. Now let's change our heading. So from here I'm just gonna paste my text, which is service list. Then we're gonna click on the grid icon and add a button underneath this heading. I'm gonna make it brand identity, which is this page, this current page. And then I'm go to style tab, and in the typography I'm gonna make it 18 pixel. Then font weight I'm gonna choose 700, and in the line height it would be, let's select EM, so 1 EM. Then under background type let's add a background color, so I'll just make it fully transparent. And in the text color we'll make it white like this. Then I'm gonna make the border radius 0, and I'm gonna select the border solid, and I'll add 1 pixel of border on the bottom. Then I'll select the border color. I'm gonna make it transparent, and in the border radius I'm gonna make it all 0. And here in the padding I'm gonna make it 2 pixel on the bottom. Then here in the hover we're gonna change the text color to accent color C4 EF17, and also the border color we're gonna paste the accent color. So when we hover it will look like this. Very nice. So now we're gonna duplicate this button, as we are having multiple single services page. So this is 1 2 3 and 4. Now let's change the inner contents of the buttons. So I'm just gonna paste my text, and after pasting the text it's nicely aligned and looking nice. So let's go ahead and add another container underneath this contents. So here let's make it, select this, and let's make it row directed, and let's make it justify content center, then align items center. And in the advanced tab let's make the margin 55 on the top, and the padding let's make it 100 0 100 and 0. And from here under the style tab in the border let's make it 15 pixel of border radius. Then let's add a button inside this container. So we'll change the text, we'll make it contact us, and inside this container as a background we'll select an image. So from here let's choose an image. I choose this one. And from here I'm gonna make it center, repeat no repeat, display size cover. On the left it's looking nice. Now let's work on the right side. Now let's take a container in on this side like this, and let's make it full width, and in the width we're gonna make it 75 pixel, and we're gonna make the direction column. And in the advanced margin we're gonna make it 10 pixel 10 pixel 10 and 60 pixel. And then we're gonna add an image inside this container. From here we're gonna select the full, then we'll just gonna select an image, so it would be this one. And from the advanced, in the margin, let's add 25 pixel of margin from the bottom. Then after this, let's add a text editor. In here I'm just gonna paste my text, and then from the margin I'm gonna make it -5. Then I'm gonna go ahead and add another, and then I'm gonna go ahead and add another text editor after this, and I'm just gonna paste my text. Then from the advanced, in the margin, I'm gonna make it 30 pixel from the bottom. Then after this, I'm gonna drag a heading after this and change the text to this, and I'm gonna select the H3 to make it smaller, and in the margin I'm gonna make it 5 pixel from the bottom. Now let's add a FAQ or accordion underneath this heading. So I'm gonna go to a grid icon and search accordion, and let's drag this JKit accordion. So let's add underneath this heading. Then from here I'm gonna open the icon. These icons are wanted for when it's open and wanted for when it closed. So let's change that. I'm gonna make it plus icon. So when the accordion is closed, it will show plus, and then let's change this as well. So I'm gonna make it minus. So let's search it and insert. Now when I open it, it shows the minus icon. Alright, now let's go to the style tab and let's style this. So from here I'm gonna make the margin, then I'm gonna open the title drop down here. From here I'm gonna set the typography, the font family, I'm gonna make it sign font. Then let's make it 20 pixel, then it would be bold, and then let's set line height 30 pixel. Then let's make the title color to white, and let's make the background type classic, and let's make it transparent. So I'm right now working on the open state of this FAQ. Like when you open this, I set the open color to white, so it's white on the open state. So let's make it red, and it will be red. So it works like that. So let's make it back to the white. And also I set the background color on the open state to fully transparent, so it's becoming transparent. Alright, now let's scroll down here and select the border type solid, and from the bottom let's make it 1 pixel, and then border color, let's make it semi-transparent, so 6 Fs and 3. You can see it adds a border after the title. And actually also I'm gonna make the color on the open state or accent color, so C4 EF17. So when I open this, it will stay this green color, and when I close this, it will be fully white color. So like this on a closed state. Then from here on the closed state, I want to make the background color also transparent like this. And also in the closed state, I want to make the border solid and also 1 pixel on the bottom. Then the color, of course, the semi-transparent like this. Alright, now let's move to the next drop down, which is the description. From here, let's make the padding 15 pixel on the top and 15 pixel on the bottom, so it looks like this. Also we need to decrease the padding from the title here. So let's open the title, and we have a padding option here, so let's just make it 0. But on the bottom I'm gonna make it 14 pixel, so it looks nice. Now I'm gonna scroll down and open this icon drop down. From here on the open state, I'm gonna make the icon color, the accent color, C4 EF17. Then on the closed state, I want to make it white. Then in here, icon size, I'm gonna make it 13 pixel. the closed state, also in the open state 13 pixel, and also in here on the margin I'm gonna make it 0. In the padding I'm gonna make it 0. Now let's go to the advanced tab, and here in the margin let's add some margin of 30 pixel on the bottom, and I'm gonna add some margin on the top like 5 pixel. Alright, so I think our FAQ looks nice. Now let's move to the next thing. So we're gonna add a container underneath this. Then here I'm gonna make the container padding 0. Then inside the container I'm gonna add a heading. I'll just paste my text, and I'll just right click this one, copy this and paste the style. So this one I'm gonna make it H3. Then from the advanced tab I'm gonna make the margin 10 pixel from the bottom. Then I'll add another container underneath this. Then I'm gonna make a direction row. Then I'm gonna make the padding 45 pixel from the bottom. Then I'm gonna click on the grid icon and search icon list, and I'm gonna add the icon list. Then from here I'm gonna delete these ones, and from the first one let's change the icon. I want a check icon, so let's search check, and I'm gonna select this one. And from here I'm just gonna make it this, and in the style tab in here I'm gonna make it 10 pixel space between. Then in the icon I'm gonna make the icon size 18 pixel. Then I'm gonna make the icon the accent color, so C4 EF17. Then here I'm gonna open the text. In the typography I'm gonna make it 18 pixel. Then I'm gonna select the bold 700. Then the color, let's make it fully white. Then under the advanced tab, from here in the width, let's select the custom width, and let's make this width 50 pixel. Now let's go to the content, and let's duplicate this. And from the content I'm just gonna paste my text. Alright, and now I'm gonna select this one, the icon list, and right click and hit duplicate. So we have two of them. Nice. So now let's add the final thing in here. So let's add a container, and let's make it row directed, justify content center, and in here in the border let's make the solid, and from here let's add 1 pixel from the top. Then here in the border color I'm gonna make a semi-transparent color, so 6Fs and 3. Then in here in the padding I'm gonna make it 15 pixel on the top, and then I'm gonna click on the grid icon and search icon box. Then I'm gonna drag this icon box here. Then here I'm gonna choose the icon. I'm gonna search up, and then I'm gonna select this one and insert. Then from here let's change the text, so this one will be previous, and in the description let's make it this, and from here let's keep it H3. Then let's go to the style tab, and in the box let's make it icon position left. Then vertical alignment, let's make it middle. Then inside the icon let's make the icon color white, and on the hover let's make it accent. And then in the spacing let's keep it 15 pixel. Then the size, let's make it 18 pixel, and from here let's make the rotate minus 45 degree. Then in the content on the title spacing let's add 15 pixel. Then here in the typography let's select the Jost font, and let's make it 14 pixel, and it would be 600. And in the line height I'm gonna make it 14 pixel. Then from here description color, let's make it white. In the typo let's make it sign. let's make it 20 pixel and 700, then 20 pixel. And by the way, from here the title color will be the accent color C4EF17. Now let's duplicate this one, and from here on the container in the layout, let's make it justify content space between, so pushes the two child inside all the way to the sides. And let's now edit this one. So from here in the box on the icon position, let's make it right instead of the left, and from the icon, just from here, let's delete the minus and make it 45 degree. And in the content, let's make it, and on the next page, let's add SEO optimization. And also for this one, let's change the content to product design. So basically this is two buttons. By clicking these buttons, user can navigate to the previous page, which is product design, or to the next page, which is SEO optimization. And I'm gonna show you how to make it functional and how to link the real pages to this button. Alright, now it's time to make it responsive. So let's check the responsiveness. In here, it's perfect for the laptop, and let's check the tablet mode. We have to work on this one. So from here, first let's select this one, the whole container, the main container. Then from the advanced, let's make the padding 80 pixel, 10 pixel, 70 pixel and 10 pixel. Then let's select this container right after this main container. From here, let's choose the percentage and make it 30%. Then from the advanced tab, from the padding, let's make it 0. Then let's select these buttons here. Select this one button, and from the style, let's make it 16 pixel from the typography. And let's copy this and copy the style on each of them. Now in here in this container, let's select this, and from here in the margin, let's make it 40 pixel on the top. Then in the padding, let's make it 80 on the top, 80 on the bottom. Now let's grab this container, and from the advanced tab, here in the margin, let's make it 10 pixel, and it's good. Then in here, let's select this, and from the style, in the text, let's edit the typography, let's make it 16 pixel, and let's copy this and paste the style. Then it looks good on the tab mode. Let's check on the mobile mode. From here, let's make this one the padding 60, 10, 50. Now let's select this container and make it 0 on the margin. Now let's scroll down and see. Let's grab this title and let's make it H4. And from here, in the style and in the title, in the typography, instead of the 20, let's make it 18 or 16. And in the line height, let's make it 25 pixel. Then in here, let's make this 100%. And let's copy the style and paste. And then from here, I'm gonna select this, and from the layout, I'm gonna select column vertical. And then from the aligned items, I'm gonna make it stretch. And in the mobile, we can see it's automatically placed the icon on the top. So let's select this one, and from the icon position, let's make it left for this one, and let's select this one and make it right. Now from here, let's make the direction vertical, and it will be good. Alright, now we have completed the single services page of the brand identity. Now I'm gonna show you how can you add multiple services page, and also how you can navigate those pages directly from here. And also from here. Alright, so let's go back to our WordPress dashboard. Before that, let's update. Now let's go back. Now from here, this services page actually was the brand identity page. So from here, we're just gonna change the title to brand identity. Then I'm gonna just click on the update. Now let's go back to the pages. From here, as you can see, our one single services page is this, which is brand identity. So from here, I'm gonna select one single service page. So the brand identity is one of them. So I'm gonna edit this with Elementor. So this one is our perfect services page, which is the brand identity. So what will I do? I'll click here and click on save as template, and I'll put the name single service, and I'll click save. So as you can see in my template, I have the single service page available. So I can insert this anywhere I want. So now you know what we're gonna do. Let's go to dashboard, and in the pages, we're gonna add a new page. So from here, we have to add the pages. We have this brand identity. Now we have SEO optimization, 3D animation, and the product design. So let's add our SEO optimization page. Click publish. Then let's come back to the pages. Then let's add another page, which is the 3D animation. I'm just pasting my text to make it faster. Then we have the product design. Alright. Now in the page, we have our all three single service page. One is brand identity, other is SEO optimization, then we have 3D animation, and lastly we have the product design. So let's start with the SEO optimization. Let's click on edit, and let's click on edit with Elementor. So here, as you know, with the new pages, we have to make it Elementor full width. Then let's update. And now all we have to do is click on this add template. And from my template, we added the single services. Then from here, let's insert, apply. Then we have the whole service page loaded. Now all we have to do is change the contents according to the page. So for this one is our SEO optimization page, and also here let's change it. And as the text is bigger, so obviously we have to change the width of this. So I'm just gonna make it 300 pixel, and it looks good. Then in here, let's edit the links and everything. In this brand identity button, let's link that real page. So let's type brand, so it will suggest, and now I'm gonna select it. Then for the SEO optimization, I'm gonna keep it hash because this is the current page, but in the style, I'm gonna make it the accent color. From here, let's choose the accent color. Then in the typography, in the decoration option, in here, let's choose the underline. So because this is the SEO page and it's active, this button will show you that this is active. Then let's go to the 3D animation. From here, let's search 3D animation, and it will suggest the real page. Select it, and then let's move on to the product design. From here, looks like we already linked the product design, so let's keep it like this. And now from the bottom, we have the previous and the next button. So let's change the title from here. So this is the SEO optimization page. So the previous page is for this page is the brand identity. Then the next page is, I guess, 3D animation, yeah. 3D animation, and also let's link this. So select this, and from here in the link let's type brand identity, and it will suggest the real page, and select. Now for this one let's type 3D animation and select this. Alright, now if we update and preview the changes, let's check the buttons. So let's click on the brand identity. You see, right after I click, it took me to the brand identity page. Alright, so let's go back, and in here so this one is good, so let's exit from here. Exit. Then the next page we have the 3D animation, so let's click on edit and then edit with Elementor. Here also we'll do everything as same. Elementor full width, then let's import the template single service page. From here let's change this. This is 3D animation, so oops, this one is 3D animation. Let's copy this, and in this one paste. Then in the link here, brand identity, then we have SEO optimization. Then this is the current page, so in the style, the typography, text decoration, underline, then the text color. Click here on the earth icon. You can choose accent color from here like this, and next we have product design, it's linked. Then here we have this. Before that 3D animation it was SEO optimization, so let's type SEO optimization. Then the next is product design. Let's link it. Oops, SEO product design. Let's click update. Now let's preview the changes. Here we saw this button works, but we didn't check these buttons, so let's try. So let's click on this SEO optimization, which is previous. It takes you to the SEO optimization, and from here let's click on the 3D animation. Now it takes you to the 3D animation single page. How cool. Now let's go back and exit. Then let's go to the next page, which is product page. Edit in the Elementor, then Elementor full width. Now let's import the single page. From here let's make it product design, also this one. Then from here let's link it up, and let's make it hash because this is the current page. And in the style, text decoration, underline, color, accent color. In here previous was 3D animation, right? And the next is the brand identity. Now let's update. Let's preview the changes. It works perfectly, but looks like in here I have to work a little bit with the brand identity. So let's go back to the brand identity. So exit from here. From here, edit with Elementor. Now in here I want to keep it active color, so from the style tab, typography, text decoration, underline, underline, and the color, accent. Alright, now let's quickly link this, and from here also link this. Alright, now let's click update, and if we change the preview, from here to all the single pages are perfect. Alright, so now we have created all the single services page Now it's time to edit this full menu and add these each single pages inside the services drop down. So let's show you what I mean. So let's go back to the dashboard. And in here under the appearance in the menus, previously we created our menu, which is our main menu. And then from here, previously this was the services page. Now we later renamed it as brand identity. So I'm gonna keep it like this, or let's just delete it for now and add another page from here, but this time let's add a custom link. So from here I'm gonna make it hash, and the link text will be services. The URL is hash because this services menu will not take us anywhere, but the drop downs under this services will take us to the individual service pages. Now let's add it to the menu. From here we have the services pages, so we have the services pages after the about pages, so I'm just gonna drag it up and drop it like this. And under this services pages we want to add some inner pages or sub menus. So let's go here in the pages, let's click on view all. From here let's select our inner services pages, which is brand identity, then we have 3D animation, then we have SEO optimization and product design. Now let's click add to menu. Then from here let's drag our first single service page up and under this service page like this. And then we have SEO optimization, so I'm gonna put it like this also. Then we have the 3D animation, and then finally the product design. So these are the sub menus or sub items under this services page or services menu item. So now let's click on the save menu. Now if we go to our any page and reload, now we can see we have the services page, and under this if we hover we have all the pages and it's already linked up. Alright, now we have created our service pages. Now it's time to make our portfolio. So in the portfolio it's nothing right now, so let's make it. From here I'm just gonna go to pages and we have the portfolio here. I'm gonna click edit and edit with Elementor, and of course we have to make it Elementor full width. So here this time in the portfolio link and in this page we're gonna add our portfolio section. As you know, in our home page we have already created our portfolio section, so we're just gonna copy this and paste it in our portfolio page. So let's click the edit with Elementor in the home page, and from here let's scroll down and we have our portfolio section. Then from here let's just copy and go to the other tab and paste it. And now we are gonna go to the other page, for example this one. Let's click on the edit with Elementor, and from here we also need this inner page banner, so let's just copy it and in here then just drag it and make it to the top. And we have the thing here, and let's just change the content. So for this one, this will be portfolio, also in here portfolio. So we are having the portfolio and the portfolio section in the page. So now it's time to make the single portfolio. So I'm just gonna click update to save changes. Then I'm gonna exit on the dashboard. From here in the pages we have the single portfolio, so I'm gonna edit and edit with Elementor. Then let's make it full width, and in here you can just import the whole page you have just downloaded. We have the single portfolio item as JSON file in your resource folder, so we can just click on the folder, and in my template we can upload this single portfolio, continue, and from here we can just click on insert, and here we have the fully ready single portfolio template. So now we have done our portfolio page and the single portfolio. Now let's make the blog page. So let's go back. Before that, let's just update and click exit. And from here, let's edit the blog page. Obviously, let's make it Elementor full width. Then let's add a inner page banner. In here, let's make it blog. Then in here, blog. And we can actually make this smaller. So 200 is looking good. Yeah, so let's make our blog section. Let's add a container and let's rename this blog section. Then let's make it column directed, and then in the padding let's make it 110, 10, 75 and 10. So now in here I'm gonna add an widget. So let's go to grid icon and search post blog, and I'm gonna use this jkit post blog inside this container. So from here, let's select this style 5. And now in the element order, I'm gonna remove this one and this one, and I'm gonna drag this meta to the left side of this title. So our post meta or the information is top of this title. And now if we scroll down, we have the column. I'm gonna make the column 3, and title HTML tag, I'm gonna make it H4. Then from here in the category, I'm gonna deselect this, enable category. Then if we scroll down, we have post meta, and under this we have this enable post meta author. So we'll make this no. And down here we're gonna remove this meta date icon. And now let's open the setting drop down, and from here I'm gonna choose the number of posts 6. So this will show 6 posts at a time. Then I'm gonna go to style tab. From here I'm gonna open this post item, and here in the gap I'm gonna make it 30 pixel. Then I'm gonna open this thumbnail, and under the background overlay I'm gonna select the background type gradient, and from here in the color I'm gonna make it transparent, and the second color I'm gonna make it 080808. Then I'm gonna scroll down and open this thumbnail container. Then in here I'm gonna make the image height 345. Then I'm gonna open this content container. Inside this I'm gonna keep it left. Then I'm gonna open the title. In here I'm gonna make the margin 0. Then I'm gonna open the typography. Inside this I'm gonna select the sign font, and then I'm gonna make the size 24 pixel, and then font weight I'm gonna make it 600. Then I'm gonna select the EM and type 1.2 EM. Then from the normal color I'm gonna make it white, and then I'm gonna turn on this hover, and inside this I'm gonna make it the accent color. Alright, then from here in the post meta, let's open it. Then from here in the typography we're gonna make it Jost. Then weight it would be 400. Then make it 16 pixel, and then the line head let's make 25 pixel, and in the transform let's make it uppercase, and let's close it. And in the color let's choose the accent color, and we're good with the styling. It's looking nice. Now it's time to add real post in this section. So right now it's a demo post that is coming from your WordPress dashboard. So in order to add posts or create posts, we have to go to the WordPress dashboard. So let's go to the dashboard, and from here click on this post option on the left panel, and from here you can see there's one item with the title of Hello World. This is the exact post we're having in the Elementor, so we can just delete it as this is the demo. So let's add new post. From here I'm just typing my first blog, And then down here on the right side, inside the featured image, you get to choose image or thumbnail for your post. So for the first one, I'm gonna choose this one, and then let's click on the publish and publish. And now if we go to the Elementor and update and then refresh, you can see we have the post we have just created from the dashboard. Alright, now let's create more posts from here. So let's add new post. I'm just gonna paste my text so it will be fast. Alright, so I'm created 6 posts with different images and contents. Now let's go back to our Elementor and refresh the page. And in here, you can see all the posts is here. But we can notice one thing, the posts images are looking little blurry or it's not full HD. So what we can do is select this, and from here in the image resolution, we will make it full. And now it's looking crystal clear and the whole section is looking pretty nice. Now let's check the responsive mode. Okay, here in the tab mode, let's make the column 2. Alright, then let's check the mobile mode. In here, let's make the column 1. So now every mode is perfect. Now we have created our blog page. Now it's time to create our single blog page. So when a visitor will click on any of this post, it will take them to a single blog page. So we have to create that page. So let's update and go back to the dashboard. And let's go to posts. Then let's enter one post. So from here, let's select a category. So let's add new category. In the category name, let's make it graphics design. So basically we have a single post here. So from here we can edit this post with the Elementor. So let's click. From here, let's make it Elementor full width. Now from here, here as a single post template, we're gonna use our ready template from the resource. So from here, I'm just gonna import this single block JSON, and from here I'm just gonna insert this. Now as you can see, the post we have just created from the dashboard, it's automatically here on this heading, and also the feature image is here. But in the category here, it's nothing, so we have to edit that from the dashboard. And also in here, except everything is okay. So for now, let's update this and go back to our dashboard. So for this one, let's add category here, graphic design, and click add new category. Then let's uncheck this uncategorized and update this. Now let's check this one. Now as you can see, this is categorized and we have the category also in here. So if we close this, you will see the full view and it's looking pretty nice. Alright, now let's go back and let's do the same with our other single posts. So from here, for this one, I'm gonna add a new category. I'm gonna make it product design, update. Then I'll just do the same like previous one, import the single block, and everything is automatic. So we just have to keep adding. Let's hit update. Alright, we are done creating our single block pages, and these are looking very nice. So let's go back to our page view, and from here let's go to blog, and we have here multiple blocks. And then if we click on a blog, it will take us to the blog detail page. How cool. Alright, so we created home, we created about, services, portfolio, single portfolio, blog, and blog details. And now we left creating one last page, which is our contact page. So let's make our contact page. So let's go back to our dashboard. From here, let's edit this contact page. Let's open it with Elementor. In here, let's check if it's Elementor full width. Oh, yes, it is. So let's close this. So now let's start creating our contact page and contact section. But before that, let's go to the other page we have. For example, the about page. And from here, let's open it with the Elementor. And you know what we're gonna do is we'll get this inner page banner and copy and just paste into the contact page. And from here, of course, let's make it contact us. Also in here, contact us. Let's make it lowercase. Okay. Now let's create our contact section. So let's drag a container, and in the navigator, let's rename this contact section. And now let's make it row directed. Then let's add another container inside this and also make it row directed. Then in the style tab, in the background, let's make it fully black. So black. And from the border, in the border radius, let's make it 25. Then in the advanced tab, we have padding. Let's make it 150 pixel, 60 pixel, 60, and 60 pixel. Then let's add another container inside this container. And inside this, we're gonna add our section pre-title and the section title. So we have it already on the about us page. So from here, I'm just gonna copy it and I'm just gonna paste this. Also, let's copy this section title and paste this, and let's just change that content or text. I'm just gonna paste my text, contact with us. Alright, now let's add a container underneath this heading. So here, let's make it row directed. In the gaps, let's make it 15. And actually, let's make the align items start. And in the advanced tab, let's make the padding 10 pixels from the bottom. Now let's click on the grid icon and let's search for icon. And now let's drag this icon widget here. Then in the style tab, in the icon, let's make it left, and the primary color, let's make it white, and the size, let's make it 26, and in the advanced, let's make the margin 5 pixel from the top, and the padding, let's make it 17 pixel, 16 pixel, 7 pixel, 16 pixel. And from the width, I'm gonna make it inline. And here in the border, I'm gonna choose the solid and I'm gonna make the border 1 pixel. Then I'm gonna make the color, border color, accent color, and I'm gonna make the border radius 50%. Then let's just go to content and change our icon. So this icon will be, I'm gonna search phone. Then I'm gonna choose this one. Alright, now let's add a container right after this icon, and in this container, let's make it full width. Then we're gonna make the width 300 pixel. Then from the advanced, I'm gonna make the padding all 0. Then I'm gonna drag a heading inside this. In the heading, I'm gonna choose H4. Then in the margin, I'm gonna make it 0. And finally in the content, I'm just gonna paste my text. And then let's add a text editor after this heading. From here, I'm gonna paste my text. Then in the style tab, in the typography, I'm gonna make it 500. Then in the line height, let's make it 1.3 em. Then from the advanced, in the margin, I'm gonna make it top -6 and bottom -15. Now let's select this container that is holding this heading and this text editor, and let's make it 300 pixel. And from the min height, let's make it reset. Alright, now let's grab this one, the whole container, and we're gonna just duplicate. And one more time, oops, not this, select this one and duplicate. And now we're gonna change the contents. So from here, I'm gonna paste my text. Alright, I have pasted my text. Now this part is ready. Alright, now it's time to change the icons. From here, I'm gonna choose this icon. From here, I'm gonna choose this one. Alright, now this part of our contact section is ready. Now let's go ahead and make the right part. Alright, so let's drag a container after this section. And in here, we're gonna add our form. So we're gonna use made form to create our form. So let's search made form. And here we go. Let's drag it in. And from here, let's click on the edit form. Let's create our form. So I'm gonna name it my form. And I'm gonna click on edit form. So here we have a whole separate Elementor area where we can create our form. We can create anything we like. And for example, let's add a text here. And if we update and close, the thing we made inside this edit form, this will show here. Amazing. So let's create our real form, made form. So from here, we're gonna drag a container in. So from here we have the container. So let's drag and drop. Then from here we're gonna make it row directed. Then we're gonna make it justify content space between. Then in the gaps we're gonna make unlink this, and let's 30 pixel on the row. Now let's click on the grid icon, and from here let's drag a text, and here in the content turn off the label. Then in the placeholder text, let's make it name, and in the name here let's make it mf-name. Then let's go to style tab. In here let's make the padding 13 on the bottom, and here in the input color let's make it white. Then in the background type, let's make it transparent. Then we have border here, so let's select the border solid, and from the bottom let's make it 1 pixel, and then let's select the border color. So I'm gonna make it semi-transparent color, and then I'm gonna open the placeholder. Then here inside the typography, I'm gonna select this, and from here, from the global fonts, I'm gonna select the text, and from the color I'm gonna select the primary one, so it's white. Now in the advanced tab, in here in the width, let's make it custom, and let's make it 48%. Alright, now let's add another widget, which is email. Let's add it after this name. So let's just copy this, and here let's just paste the style. So we have the same style, and only from here I'm gonna turn off this show label, so it will be exactly the same. Then let's add another widget, which is telephone. So I'm gonna add this here after this email, and if it's showing like this, what we can do is click on this main container, and here let's make it wrap, so it will auto align or auto order the elements. So from here let's just copy this and paste the style and turn off the show label, and then let's add another one which is text again. So I'm gonna add after this and copy this, paste the style, turn off the show label. Then from here I'm gonna make it subject, and I'll copy this and paste it here. Alright, now let's add a text area. So from here we have the text area widget here. I'm gonna put it after this, and I'll just copy the style and paste, and I'm gonna turn up the show label. Then from in the style I'm gonna make the height 100, and then in the advanced tab, in the custom width, I'm gonna make it full 100%. And lastly we'll add a button which will be the submit button, so I'll add it after this. And from here I'm gonna go to style tab, and in here in the background type I'm gonna choose classic, and from here I'm gonna make it accent color. Then from the text color I'm gonna make it secondary, and from the padding I'm gonna make it 15, 30, 15, 30. Alright, so the last thing we're gonna do is select this whole container. Then from the advanced tab let's make the padding 0, and then let's click update and close. And as you can see, we have the whole form in our contact section. Amazing, right? So now let's go ahead and add a map widget after this. So from here we're gonna take a container and make this container direction row, and let's rename this container our map area. Let's drag a container in, and let's name this container, as this is a separate section, so let's rename it map area. Alright, so from here let's make it full width. Then I'm gonna make the margin -70, and I'm gonna make the padding 0. Then I'm gonna click on the grid icon and search for Google Map. Then I'm gonna drag the Google Map inside this container. And as you can see, we have a Google Map loaded here. Then from here in the height I'm gonna make it 500. Then let's go to the style, and in here it's called CSS filter. I'm gonna make the saturation to 0. So initially it's black and white, but on the hover in the CSS filter I'm just gonna keep the saturation 100. So on hover it will be colorful. So right now the hover effect is not having any animations, so in the transition duration I'm gonna just make it 0.5, so the animation is little smoother. Cool. And finally I'm gonna click on the contact section. Then in the advanced, under here I'm gonna make the z-index 2, so it stays over the map and it looks very nice. Alright, now let's check the responsiveness. From here in the responsive mode, let's check the laptop, it's perfect. Let's check the tablet, let's work on this little bit. So from here let's select the main section, and from here let's make the margin 20 on the right and 20 on the left, and let's make the padding 100, 50, 50 and 50. Actually let's keep the margin 0. And from the container here, now let's select this container inside this main container, and from the margin let's add margin of 20 on the right and 20 on the left, and in the padding let's make it 100, 50, 50 and 50. Then let's select this section title and let's make it H4 or H3, and then let's select this one, and in the style, and from here let's make it H5, and this one I think it's okay. Let's grab this container, and from the layout let's make it column vertical, and it will be vertically aligned, and everything will have space to breathe. Alright, now let's select this container, and from the advanced tab in the margin, let's add some margin of 20 pixel, and it's good on the tab. Now let's go to mobile. From here, of course, we need to decrease the padding, so from here let's make the padding 0, and let's make the margin 0, and then from here let's make it H3, and let's select this one, and let's make the icon padding 13, 12, 3, and 12 pixel. Let's copy and duplicate and paste the style, and then in here let's select this one, and from here let's make it 200, and it will be on the inline again. Then from here let's select this, then from here let's copy it and just paste the style here, and let's select this one now, and from the advanced tab let's make it -20, and now select this one, this heading, and from the typography let's make the line height like 1.2 pixel. Then let's copy it and paste the style, and finally inside the made form, first select this one, and let's add some padding of 25 pixel, and then let's select the made form and edit my form. In here let's make it responsive mode, and in the mobile mode let's select this whole container and make it column vertical, and let's select the first one, and in the style tab, in the advanced tab, let's make it full width 100%, and let's copy it and paste the style to the every one of them, and let's select this button and make it button alignment to the left, and from here, so I think it's looking good, so let's update and close, and it will be updated in here also. Alright, so I think our contact page is ready and it's looking great. Okay, now I'm gonna show you how you can create your site logo from scratch exactly like this. And to create the logo, I'm gonna use a completely free tool, and I will show you the easiest way possible you can make a logo on the internet. And after making the logo, I'm also gonna show you how you can make the favicon for your website. If you don't know what is favicon is the image that shows with your site title on the browser's tab. So for example, this has no favicon, so it's using a default placeholder here. And if I go to google.com, this is the google.com page, and you can see they have a favicon, which is their G logo. So we also want a favicon for our website, because every professional websites use favicons. So now let's go ahead and make our logo. Then we will make a favicon out of the logo. So first let's search on the Google logo maker. The spelling is like this, logo and M-A-K-R. So let's search, and from here the logomaker.com, let's click on the first link, and this is their homepage. From here, don't click on this button says start my design. Instead, click on this open app button. Then from here, let's close this pop-up, and from here we have a text, so we can double click and edit this. So let's type our logo, so it's Vexel. Now from here, let's select bold, and in the font family let's search signed. From here let's select this, and now let's duplicate this text 1 and 2 times. Then from here, Because we have the multicolor logo, the letter V and E is having green color and letter X, E, L is having white color. So we have to make this separate. So let's double click here and delete this X, E, L. And from here in the color picker, let's add the color. And the VE is now having green color. Now let's click this and double click. Now let's delete the VE. Then from here, let's color it full white. Right now the text color is blending with the background color. So what we can do is, so for now I'm gonna make it black. Then I'm gonna drag and move, and I'll just align this with the help of the original text. And now this one, and like this. Then I'm gonna select this XEL. Then I'm gonna make it fully white. And now I'm gonna delete this blue one. Then I'm gonna select the whole thing like this and drag it to the middle. Then from here on the top right corner, I'll click on the save logo. Then from here, it says download low resolution PNG file. As this is our free version of this tool, so we're just gonna click this. And from here, we have to add our email address, and they'll just send the logo to your email address. So let's just put our email, click on send. Then let's check our email, and in the email they have sent the image very beautifully. So we just have to click download free file, and our image will be downloaded. So let's go back to our Elementor page builder. From here I'm gonna show you how you can add this logo that we have created on the header. So let's go back to the dashboard, and from the Elements Kit header footer, from here I'm gonna open the header with the Elementor. Then from here, let's select this logo, and then from here we'll just simply upload the logo we have just created. And from here I'm just gonna select this and click select, and now we are having the one we have just created. So it's amazing. So now I'm gonna show you how you can make favicon and set the favicon on your website. So let's go back to our logo maker. From here, let's make a simple fav. Now from here, let's delete this white text, and from here let's make it V. Now let's make it center. Then from here, let's add a shape. Let's add the square shape, and I'm gonna make it send to forward so it stays on the top. Then I'm gonna add a color to the box. I'm gonna make it fully black so it matches our logo. So I'm gonna make it smaller, and from here in the roundness, let's make it a bit round. Now let's save. You can see it's already looking pretty nice. Now let's go back to the email. Let's receive our image, and we have the image. Now let's go back to the WordPress. Now let's upload the new file, and from here let's select this and let's click on crop image. Now if you see, we are already having the favicon on our tab, and it's looking pretty cool. Alright, so that's how you make your logo and a favicon easiest way possible and completely free. Now from here, let's click on publish, and let's go back to our dashboard. And from here in our front-end website, let's visit this. And from here, let's give a final tour at our website. So in here, everything looking nice, professional, and perfect. We have a nice home page. We have a professional about page. We have our single services page. We have our portfolio page. Then we have our single portfolio page. We have our blog page. We have our blog details page. Then we have created our contact page. We have created our form. We have added a Google map, which is fully functional. Alright, so we have completed our amazing agency website. Now just go ahead and make your own professional agency website. I wish you all the best, and I have one request. Please comment down below about the learning experience from this video. Also, please share this video on social media. It would mean world to me. I'll see you in the next video. For now, bye bye.